Hey everybody, it's Cyborg, and I'm joined by Down for Reality and Django, and we are going to be rating the entire roster for Mortal Kombat 11. Now, these are pre-game ratings. Maybe we'll come back, revisit this, and give new ratings once we get a chance to play them. So this is going to be based on their design and gameplay. There are no story spoilers or anything crazy like that, so you don't have to worry about it. We are just talking about, like I said, anything design related or gameplay related. So if you don't like to hear some of that, then maybe tune out and come back another time. But we figured we'd get our thoughts in before we go into the game. It's like I said, a pre-game ranking of each one, and we're gonna be talking about the entire roster, going character by character, and giving just kind of an overview of the positives and things that were not a big fan of or thought could have been improved or whatever of the character, and then we'll rate them on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest. So yeah, we'll just kind of go character by character between the three of us and hit them one by one. So let's just start at the bottom, I guess, of the roster select here and start with Cetrion. I will go first. Cetrion. Okay, so what I really love about this character is her overall appearance is pretty cool. Some of her design options and like gear are really awesome. I really like her evil costume, actually. I think that looks really badass. She's kind of like, it's like a female Shinnok in a way, so I think that was kind of cool. And they, like I said, a lot of her gear options with like spikes and horns and the spider on her head and like the chain with the spikes on it and stuff instead of the seaweed that hangs down from her hair. I thought all that stuff's really cool. I love some of her intros and outros I thought were really badass. So yeah, I overall think design-wise she's great. From a gameplay perspective, I'm getting those Injustice vibes that most people are. She does look a little Injustice-y, which not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's not like Injustice is bad or anything in that regard. So she sticks out a little bit. So I'm not too in love with her gameplay. Nothing that I saw in her gameplay really captured my interest a ton. So I have no real desire to play her, but I do like that they gave her all the elements to play with and kind of comboing those because no other characters do that. So I think that is kind of cool, giving her a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just to kind of mix and match. So I do like that aspect of it. Overall, I'm going to give her out of 10, I'm going to give her I will say, I haven't really thought about it. I'm going to say a 7. I think 7 is reasonable for her. I think she's pretty good. So, yeah. Down 4, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. That's fair. Yeah, Cetrion, similar to you. It's like, gameplay-wise, I like the concept of, like, using the elements and stuff, but unfortunately her style doesn't really work for me. But design-wise, I really like the green-colored skin with the red eyes, and she looks really good in that. I think she has one of the best faces in that outfit, honestly.
Yeah.
I really like the way she looks. I wish she was more fitted towards my style. Since she's not, it's like, I'm not too bummed because she's not like a character I'm super invested in, but she's all right. I mean, for a new character, I think I like her more than any of the kids, probably. Like,
Sure.
not in this game, but at least from X.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she's okay. I just wish she was, I don't know, a bit more in the gameplay department. She had more to work with. So I'll give her like a 6.
Sure. Django?
This lady actually won me over a little bit. I made all the stupid jokes, obviously, whenever she came out, about her looking like the Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And she still kind of does in her green stuff. Like, it's cool. But, like everyone else, apparently it's a popular opinion. I think that she looks a lot better in some of her other stuff, like with the red and, the stuff that makes her look and feel a little bit more aesthetically like Shinnok.
Sure.
But something that it sounds like an insult, and this is not an insult. This is actually a praise. I really like about Cetrion is she's funny to me. She's like actually funny. Whenever she's like, chucking boulders and being like, this is mercy. Like, it's fucking hilarious. And I think this game needed a little bit of that. And obviously, when she goes into fucking space and blasts your ass, like, that's still fucking funny.
That's true.
It's like it's so overkill.
Yeah, it's over the top.
It's just ridiculous. And but don't think about it. Don't think about the size of that beam coming out of her mouth and the size of the beam that hits Jade. That those two things don't mix. I think it was Tim. It was Tim's idea, like, of her just doing the thing, but whenever that beam hit the earth, it was just like a big, mushroom cloud nuclear thing going off, and then the fatality ended with the smoke clearing, and she's just standing there in the middle of like the whole planet, and the whole planet is decimated. It's funny because it's like the opposite of her theme completely.
Yeah.
But so is going into space and nuking Jade, so it's kind of okay.
And her torturous second, or her other fatality, where she's like burning you, incinerating your legs off, and then cutting you in three while like the rocks are slowly coming at you, almost like it's stalking you.
Yeah, dude. She has some of the most like fucked up shit.
Methodical shit where it just like she's like playing with you.
Like, do you really need to send this rock through this chick's face who's on the tree? Like, you've already look. Oh, I mean, but they were going for that. You can tell. Overkill is kind of the thing. It's like,
it is.
You shouldn't be fighting this person. Johnny Cage should not fight Cetrion.
No. Not beyond just the fact that she's like the god of life, or the whatever she ends up being. And it's just kind of funny that in her outro or intro, she's like lightly playing with a butterfly that lands on her finger, and she goes from that to throwing rocks in your face and torturing you with water, fire, and rocks and shit. I think that's like, hilarious. It's such a
it is.
It's so innocent and like Mother Nature-y, and she just looks so nurturing, like she's just the most wonderful lady, and then she goes into pure evil. And even her alternate attire matches that. Like I want to see her alternate attire where she looks like this hell demon, and then a butterfly is just peacefully landing on her finger. It's just kind of funny. Or when she's like sitting down in the garden. There's one where she's just like sitting there and just like enjoying nature. Like, I don't know. I think it's great.
I hope that these humorous things were intentional with her. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt in the word, because there's a lot of them, and they're not just a little bit funny. They're a lot fucking funny.
Right.
But it works though. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel that crazy to me. It kind of works, and I never in a million years thought this would work, like this whole deal of this character would work, but it does. And like D4 pointed out, she's kind of easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's
not a bad looking character, from top to bottom. That's cool, as she should be. She's Mother Nature, she looks whatever. GG's Cetrion, I like you. Gameplay though, I mean, yeah, she's a zoner from everything that we've seen and what like 16-bit said on the streams, and that's not exactly my thing, but there's a lot of people that is their thing. So if that's your thing, we got a thing for you. And her name is Cetrion, and there's a good chance that she's pretty good. She's got some shit, man.
Yeah, she looks good.
She does. I'm not looking forward to fighting her online.
No, that's gonna be a pain.
She seems like a character, like with someone who gets good at her, it's gonna be a problem. Like, she's gonna be a problem with someone who's competent. I'm really looking forward to seeing tournament shit, like people figuring this shit out. Anyway, though, Cetrion, her gameplay is not for me. I'm gonna ultimately give her the same thing that D4 did. I'm gonna give her a 6.
All right. Let's move on to Geras. Move up from her, and Django, if you want to start this one, go for it.
Oh man, what can I say about Geras that they haven't said on the stream like 8 times? They've had this character over and over and over again.
Let me do a breakdown.
I don't. I don't love Geras. Geras is not my thing. I don't think the time thing works very well with him. I don't think they translated that very well, especially because like they knew they weren't doing Chronica, so they had an opportunity to really go nuts with the time shit with him, and I don't feel like they did that. Instead, he got pocket sand and a lot of it. And he's got some cool gimmicks, it looks like, but I mean, I don't know. Like it doesn't look like anything that I'm gonna be interested in as far as gameplay goes. So gameplay, it's really down low. And then on the other end, he doesn't have that much personality either, man. Like, we were just talking about Cetrion. It's a good thing. Like, she oozes personality with the weird butterfly and the nuking Jade and funny shit. Like Geras, his deal is like, I've died a bunch, so you're probably gonna kill me, but that's okay. I'll come back. Um, yeah, I don't. I have not seen enough. I might change my opinion after like I watch story mode and
Sure.
shit like that. But there has just not been a lot of character coming through with him yet, and which is we've seen a lot of him. That's the thing. He was one of the initial characters we saw. He's had a lot of
Yep.
time. So man, on both, I'm gonna have to give him a 3.
Damn, that's
Damn.
rough.
I
Damn.
mean, you know, listen,
Damn. Down 4.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like Garrus is the most disappointing like new character for sure. I think gameplay wise, he interests me because he's like partly a grappler and like kind of like a setup character with all the sand shit. I do wish he used more time shit instead of just having sand and rock shit, kind of like Tremor, something like that. But I do like the fireman carry. I think that's a cool grab. I like that it changes when you're in the corner. That's interesting to me. And the brutality for it's pretty sick. And I like his intro so far. I like that he's like a historian. Like that's kind of cool. And he knows a lot about characters and their backstories and shit. And he's like not afraid
isn't
of
that
Raiden.
Nightwolf still?
What'd you say?
Is Nightwolf officially a
Oh
historian?
yeah, he's
or...
like a literal historian. Yeah, like
okay,
at least in MK3. But
okay,
like
all right.
Garrus just fucking knows like everything. He's like an encyclopedia like for just fucking everyone. But yeah, I do wish he had like more just personality in general. I did hear he has like an outro where he like bows to Chronica. That's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I wish like he just had a better design too. I'm not a huge fan of the just bald looking dude. I don't know. He's okay, but yeah, I'd probably give him like a 4.5, like overall.
Okay.
So
For
yep.
me, Geras, yeah, he's my least favorite of the newcomers, that's for sure. I do, I think I like his, personality a little bit more than you guys. You had mentioned it with the historian aspect. He's got some kind of
Yeah.
cool intros with people from what we saw, like, a month and a half ago or whenever all like the Johnny stuff was coming out when he got revealed from the playtime that people got with him. And he has some cool stuff. Plus, we've seen like the whole thing with Baraka, where he just basically puts the whole Turcotan race down by saying it's their
Yeah.
entire history to give up or surrender, and so, stuff like that. And we've seen some of that with him. I thought was really cool. And the moment that I really was like, man, this character's kind of badass, was that old school versus new school trailer when Kung Lao cuts his head off, and then he's like, "That's easy," or "That was easy," and then Garrus's head rolls back and then reconnects itself, and he sits back up like Michael Myers or Jason, gets up, and then just comes at him. They're just like unloading on him, and he just takes it. And then he's like, "No, enough." Then he finally starts fighting back and just starts dominating. It might have just been the trailer was really well put together, and the music and everything worked really well for that moment. But I thought in that moment, Geras looked really cool, and he started kind of winning me over a little bit more. Gameplay wise, he's not really for me either, just because I'm not into like big bruiser grappler types. Though I do think some of the things they did with him is creative. I like that he can take away from the time or add to the time. Like that's the
Yeah.
kind of shit that I wanted to. I wanted to see all that sort of manipulation with like Scarecrow. Is you're really just messing like in a fourth wall breaking thing where you're messing with your opponent and how the game works. You're just doing this something that's never been done before. So I like that he has something like that, and I like that he has the rewind time, basically undo the combo you just did. I think that's a really cool thing, and it's a cool animation seeing his model just like go back through the motions of what it just did. So that's really cool. So I like, in theory, what this character is all about. Yeah, so I don't hate it. I like the sand stuff. I think that was really cool. It didn't really work well for Erron Black, but I think making a character all about sand like that, I think really, really works for him. So no, I think I like him a little bit better. Overall, I give him like a 5. So
Okay.
yeah, I
That's fair.
look forward to seeing what he does in story for sure. But yeah, a 5. So next up we have the Kollector, and down 4 you can start with the Kollector.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about him. Like we talked about him a lot already. He's pretty cool. Like he's like of the new characters, he's probably number one. He has a cool design. He has cool gameplay. He just like oozes personality, like with the just the 6 arms and everything.
Right.
Um, the thing, honestly, I'm looking forward to most with him, like, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but he has a gear set that looks like Voldo from Soul Calibur 2, and I
Yeah.
fucking love it. Like, that it honestly made me want to try him more. But I don't know, like, he's cool. I want to see what he's about in the intros and shit, and I want to see what he does in the story. Yeah, not too much to say, but I'll give him like, what did I give Cetrion, like 6?
He gave
I'll
Cetrion
give
a 6, yeah.
Okay, I'll give Kollector a 7 then. I think that's fair.
Okay. Django?
Man, Kollector. It's interesting that we're doing all the new characters down here at the bottom. They've got a group down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Kollector is a lot different than Geras. The Kollector does have a lot of little things to him that well, he does have a lot of little things. He's kind of all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of personality. He's got a lot of like quirks and weird whatevers and shit. He seems like a really quirky character in general, which is cool and he's fun. Whenever I first heard about him and from the leaks or whatever, like, oh, we got this like a 6-arm dude and whatever, like I kind of expected him to be like the Ferrotor of this game,
Sure.
and he's not. He's not a character that I'm like, oh, I gotta play Kollector or whatnot, but he's a character that I'm honestly afraid of. I think he's gonna be really dirty. He's gonna have some bullshit that's gonna be hard to fight again online. Like there's gonna be some tricks with this dude. And I'm his stuff with Scarecrow is obvious. He's got a lot of Scarecrow looking shit. We all know how fucking Scarecrow was. He was not fun to fight against someone who, well, against anyone really. Scarecrow was a good character in that game. Kollector's cool. Personality. His looks are pretty good. Not as awesome and interesting and fun as his personality, but still good. Weighing that against his gameplay, it's weird. I like his gameplay. I'm a big fan of his gameplay. It's not for me, but I'm a big fan of it. I like what he's got going on. I'm interested to seeing what the people do with him and what else NRS gave him. What else he fucking got in that backpack. So those two things together, yeah, they do really well. He's definitely the best of the 3 new characters in my opinion. I would give him a 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys covered a lot. I guess I'll just go kind of more in detail about pointing out the things that I really, really love about him. But yeah, just from a design perspective, I'm not like super into monster types, I guess. I love unique characters. I said that before with like Devora and stuff and Kotal Kahn and Erron Black. When you're doing something that hasn't been done before, that's what I really enjoy. That's why the combat kids to me kind of fall flat a little bit, is because they're all serving the same purpose. They're the human soldiers or the human special forces, whatever. They're a kid of somebody or an aunt, a nephew, whatever. Like that kind of got overdone. But Kollector, nobody's like the Kollector. He's not just like, he's got 4 arms like a Shao Kahn, but he uses them completely different. He has his main set of arms, and then he has his set up top where he's just like, and I didn't even know, like I didn't notice that this was the case at first, but he's using his 2 arms on top to just hold the top of his bag shut the whole time when he's not using them. And he's not only using them to hold the bag shut, but he's also using it to like grab shit out of it. And all of his like 4 main arms are working in unison, like they're tossing things to each other. They're using, like, it's so fluid in motion, it's so hard to see what he's actually doing sometimes, because he's using his top left arm to do this and his bottom right to do that. It's doing all sorts of crazy shit at once, and I think that's badass. And then the big reveal is that he has 2 little baby arms on the back that are holding up the pack underneath. So they're like, he has 4 arms pretty much. He has 2 arms, little baby arms, dedicated just to hold the bag onto his back.
He doesn't trust straps, clearly.
No, he doesn't trust.
He's
shit. Very particular about his collection. And then he has the top arms that normally hold it on top. So he's got fucking this thing locked down so nobody can take his shit. And then he's doing all these crazy things. He's pulling out all these random things from his bag. He has like this ball mace thing, like a I forget what the fuck that's called.
It's a sensor.
Yeah, sensor. Thank you. He's got that in his right dominant hand, his main one, and he's got that to like throw around like scarecrow shit. And then he's got his left hand, the top one, pulls out like a lantern, which I think is badass. So that's like some, gothic like old horror shit, like fucking
Yeah.
the headless horseman and shit. So he's holding a lantern, doing cool magical stuff with that, absorbing projectiles and spitting out fucking purple energy and shit. I think that's badass. He's got magic shit where he's throwing out like magical fire, green magical fire, which I think looks good. And he's pulling out all sorts of different weapons. He's got blades, he's got daggers, he's got like the more like Egyptian blades and shit, and he's got like the circle thing. He's got bolas for fuck's sake. He's doing all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
He's going all over the fucking place. I don't even know what the hell's going on. And
It's hard to tell which arms he's using for like everything.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
It's just insane, and he's doing like cancels and shit, and he's got all sorts of weird things that he's doing that it just looks so fun. And this character, his voice is awesome. Like in his intros, it's kind of like German or something. It's got like an accent to it that's very foreign, and I think it sounds really really good. And it's
He's
something
like a Bloodborne character.
yeah, and he's got like an accent that no other character has. So like Devora, like that's why I love those types of characters that are just really unique, is because they sound and look like no other character. So I love that about him. And from like a design perspective, I like that he has, the hood and everything. He looks mysterious and creepy. In his intro, he's fucking like I haven't watched through all of his intros, I don't think, but he's fucking holding like a severed arm and pulling the ring off of it with two of his hands. And then his
I haven't
bottom
seen any of those.
Yeah, his bottom this is one that they showed off in the combat cast, I think, or the trailer, I don't remember. But he pulls the ring off the severed hand or whatever, looks at it like he's looking to see how valuable it is, and then in his bottom two arms, he's writing in his journal, and his pen is a bone finger dipped in ink, and he's writing in his journal to like write down how much he thinks this is worth. Like he's adding to his collection. That's so fucking badass. And then you get to his story. His story is a fucking old tax collector for Shao Kahn, like the Khan's regime or whatever. He's a tax man. Like he's just going around house to house being like, here, you need to pay your tithe, like you need to donate whatever. Like fucking
It's so funny him going up to like Baraka
Yeah.
and being like, you give me some money, bitch.
And yeah, and that's his name. His name isn't even the Collector. It's just he's called Collector because that's what he's done. He could have been fucking milkman. He could have been vacuum salesman. It could have been anything, but he got luckily Collector, which sounds cool to me. So I like that about him, and I like that he was just fucking like he was taking shit for himself. Like he's that obsessed with like money and collecting that he'd fucking take some just off to the side for his own collection. He's stealing from the collection plate basically. So I think that's fucking tight, and I like how they wrapped him into Shao Kahn's story and kind of building up like the history of not only himself but Shao Kahn as well. We kind of learn a little bit more about his faction.
I like that stuff a lot.
And then, like I said, gameplay is just tight. He looks really cool, looks really interesting on the screen. Yeah, I love this character. This character, just from top to bottom, they just nailed this. This is easily one of my favorite new characters we've gotten in a long, long, long time. And I liked, most of the ones in MKX that weren't the kids. So it's like, yeah, I just think he's good. And I think he's the most Mortal Kombat new character we've had since the original timeline or whatever. I mean, Skarlet, you can make a case for, but he just feels like something in Mortal Kombat. He looks and oozes like a character that's like, you want to learn more about him. When you look at him, you're like, what is this guy doing? What's he all about? So yeah, he's just fascinating to me. So, and yeah, some of his outros are insane. Like there's one where he takes his bag, puts it on the ground, then he stuffs your body into the bag, and the opponent's feet are sticking out, so it just looks funny. So he like puts you in the bag, and then he walks off, and as he's walking off, the feet are sticking out of the character that he put into the bag. So that's tight, and
man, a lot of work went into that. I haven't seen that, but that would take a lot.
Yeah, it looks good. And so yeah, he collects your entire body, which is hilarious, and then. Yeah, he's got the one that we saw in the combat cast where he's counting his gold, and then he realizes that you're like watching him count his gold, and he's like doing the golem thing, or he's like fucking, my precious, so he snatches it. So yeah, there's some good shit. So I am fascinated with this character. I give him a 9 out of 10.
Damn, that's a good score.
He's a good one.
Actually, I'm going 9.5.
Damn.
Okay.
I gotta
keep going.
be fair to
Keep
this
going.
guy. Like, I love
Keep going.
everything. I have no complaint about him, so I gotta rate him about as good as it gets. Okay, so next up we have Kotal Kahn,
Ooh.
and yeah, so Kotal Kahn. I'll start off with Kotal Kahn. He looks cool. I think like his model and everything looks way better, obviously, than MKX, which I thought he looked good there too. But yeah, he just looks awesome. Some of his skins are a little bit disappointing, and I haven't really looked into
Yeah.
his gears, so I don't really know from that front what he has to offer. But yeah, just overall, I mean, I'm still satisfied with the character. It's still Kotal Kahn. I'm glad he's in here. His gameplay looked like a lot of fun. I like the cat stuff. I think that was a cool addition to his like what he can do. I think there's some fun things to be had there, and I just like the idea that he transforms into an animal like that for a sequel. I hope if Nightwolf is in the game through DLC that he does some wolf shit and werewolf shit. So yeah, I like him, I dig him, and I want to see more of what he's doing in story mode and stuff, and hopefully he has a better showing than MKX. But that's really all I have to say about him. So I give Kotal Kahn, and I do like his fatality. I give Kotal Kahn a, I'm gonna say 7. Yeah, I'm gonna say 7.
Okay. I was curious
Down
to
4.
where you were going.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I was thinking about it. I was thinking between a 7 and 7.5, but I think 7. 7's fair.
It's hard to choose sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Like, I love Kotal in this game. He looks really good. My favorite thing is like how much they buffed him, how big he is now. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
compared
that's
to-
good. Yeah.
He is huge. Yeah.
He looks like on par with Shao Kahn, which is cool. I wish Shao Kahn was a bit bigger, but we'll get into that. But yeah, Kotal overall, like, I played him a lot in X, and I was looking forward to him in this game. And I honestly wasn't like super hype until I saw his trailer and saw how similar he was to X. And I love that he retained all the stuff I pretty much loved using in MKX, like the Forward 2 and the War God stuff, but also got the Sun God stuff as well. That was my favorite thing. And the additional, like, the cat stuff and how they change his totems to make it work better. And he's just, like, he's awesome. I really love how they designed him in this game. The one thing I wish I like his design. I still slightly prefer the X design. I think the color scheme is slightly better in MKX. I'm not a super big fan of the headdress in this game. And it's disappointing to me because you can't change the headdress. And his three
Yeah, it
options
comes
are
with
the
the
sickle.
skin.
Yeah, since the 3 options are the sickle, the totem, and the sword. That's another thing. I love that he's doing more Tusk shit. Like, I love Tusk and KI, and now that he's actually swinging
yeah.
that shit,
Yeah.
he's using a sword and he's doing ground pounds and shit. Oh man, it's so good. Yeah, I just wish he did have better skin options because he has a lot of those human skins. I'm not a big fan of that, and I don't know. It's not doing it for me. But Kotal overall, I'm very happy with. I'd probably give him like an 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, go.
I love me some Kotal Kahn. I like this motherfucker, and I liked him. I loved him immediately in X. I thought he was like just he's one of those characters, and it's one of those instances where like I've got plenty of cynicism that I could have and whatnot, and I'm always the guy. It's like, man, you're gonna bring in like some kind of other mythology. It like never really fits right with Mortal Kombat. Nope, it worked with him. They did it was very not Asian whatsoever, and it wasn't like modern American, which are the two main ones that always get thrown together. It was a whole other beast, and it worked. Everything about it worked, and he was also cool because he was emperor and shit, but he's not a dickhead like Shao Kahn. He's not an asshole. He's he's great. He's in the middle. But he's definitely not a bad guy, a villainous guy, and he's
No.
trying to do what he feels is best from situation to situation for all of Outworld, and because of that, we get to see Outworld doing shit in MKX, and that was really different and really cool. And in this game, they obviously, I'm really glad they brought him back. I would have been so pissed if they didn't, but I didn't actually think that I didn't think there was a chance that he wouldn't. And I'm glad they proved me right. He looks really good in this game. He looks super good in this game. I want to try him out in MKX, but I never did. I might give him a shot in this game. Will I would like to, but it might just be an MKX again, where like I would like to, I guess, but I don't know if the gameplay is going to appeal to me. He's got the cat now, though. I like his headdress. I like how big it is. It's just so
It is very
giant.
big.
And like it's too big, but that's okay because he's the emperor. Like, you know, he can be over the top and nutty. I do wish that the headdress was a separate thing though, like one of his gear items.
Agreed.
Like that just seemed like a duh thing. That's not the case. It's a bummer. I like him stacking his totems and shit. That seems hype. You know, in his sword shit, like D4 said, and how this game kind of has that theme overall of using weapons. I think he uses it really well, and it seems interesting. I don't know enough about his gameplay though. I complained about that when he was on the stream, that I didn't feel like they showed him well enough at all. So he still seems kind of a mystery as far as that goes. But he's got the cat thing. The cat thing is super sick. Really fits well with that character, and he's still got the other stuff. He still sounds like a badass. You know, they brought the voice dude back. What is his name? I always forget his name.
Phil Lamar.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, dude, he just fucking sounds like a badass emperor. He looks like a badass emperor. I give this dude a 9.5. This character
Dang.
in MKX, I think, is killing it, and I'm looking forward to obviously seeing stupid story shit like him and Shao Kahn fight.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hype, and I want to see him fuck up those crabs. I don't know what he's doing out there, but it looks sick. I want to see
Oh, the
all that
crabs.
shit.
Yeah, I was trying to think what you were saying.
The literal crabs that he's fucking up out there.
Yeah.
And apparently he's got some smooshy shit with Jade going on. I don't know. He sounds like he's got some stuff going on in the story. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, I'm hyped for Kotal Kahn. I'm glad he's back. I think he looks great.
All right. Why don't you take us off into Devora then?
Oh man, this character that I'm maining. Devora was weird in this game, like just because of the way they released her. Like they released her early and she was all plain and shit. That was odd. I mean, but they pointed it out. Like I don't know. It sounded like it was weird on their end too. But now I think that she looks really good. I like her kind of ragged look. Like she looks rough and she looks like she's been fucking, running around like a fugitive, because she fucking has. She's been hella fugitive. I'm sure like fucking Kotal has been like all over that shit trying to find her, as he should, because she screwed everyone hard. And she looks like she hasn't been, living super tight. She hasn't been living in a palace and doing cool shit. And then her gameplay, man. Yes, her gameplay looks very interesting to me. She's got some of the funnest shit in this game. I like her really fast, like midstream shit. Like she has the fast low. She can go into shit. She can do stuff like that. Obviously, she's got the Batgirl tech. Just fuck you to anyone who's zoning. If Tim wants to try that orbital shit, do it, bitch. She looks really, really tight, and she looks really fun to play. And her, and the same thing with Kollector, like Cyborg was saying, she still has this sick ass voice. She brings the thing that wasn't there in Mortal Kombat there again, and she still seems like she is going to be fucking over everyone all the time, and
Yep.
doing it successfully. Like that's the difference. She's not like Tanya in Mortal Kombat 4, where it was kind of whatever. She wasn't like Devora's really good at it. She's man. Oh man, she's got the bug thing, like the last breath or whatever. Like she turned into the bug Vora. That man, she's got some cool shit in this game. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a 9.5 as well.
Okay.
Wow.
D4.
Yeah, I'll be fast on this one. Devora overall, I really dislike her. She's probably overall like my least character I'm interested in. Like I have no desire to play her like ever. I don't really like the story stuff with like it feels like they're kind of forcing her, and I don't know. I personally don't like that too much, like the King Jared intro and whatnot. Um, her personality seems okay. Like I do like that her voice seems to. I don't know if it's the same exact voice, but
I
she
think
still
it's a
retains
different
that like
voice actress. Yeah.
okay. It still retains that that sassiness. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Her stage is cool. Like in the concept art, I didn't like it too much, but in game, it looks pretty good. It's very gross and off-putting, but it still looks like nice and a cool stage to fight on. Gameplay wise, like I don't know, I don't really like a whole lot of what I'm seeing. She's definitely not the character like for me. Like she's very like set up and kind of I don't know. She looks annoying. That Batgirl teleport looks pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just in design wise, I think she's so like she's meant to be ugly though. That's not something I'm like detracting from her. It's just I just don't find that type of character cool. I guess I don't know. Um, her primary looks good though. Like don't get me wrong. Like she looks good like model wise and everything. It's just I don't know, not my type of character at all. I give her like a 2 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
Django, your clicks are coming through.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's
So
okay.
sorry.
I'm just like,
So sorry.
let me think. So Devora. Okay, so not to reiterate everything Django said, so I will be brief as well. I think she looks badass. She was one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat X, story wise, design wise, gameplay wise. She was fun and cool and great and successful all across the board. So I've said all that before. In this game, I was a little concerned based on that render that they put out. I was like, oh, I don't know. She looks a little like I don't know, something just didn't look right about it. But now that we've seen her in game, I think she looks fantastic. I'm not into bug ladies or anything like that, but she's just so unique and like just like I said for Kollector, she's just a unique character that really sticks out to me. Like she is like nobody else in this entire series, so I appreciate that about her, and I love her personality. I love the design and just like the creepy shit that she can do, and the gameplay wise, she looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing her, but I still think she looks like fun. That Widow's Kiss looks great. I love that she crawls around like a little spider underneath her opponent, the last bug thing, and stuff like that. I think they're taking some unique directions with her that looks like a lot of fun. I like that the bug has its own like mechanics that you can do. It's kind of cool. So I think there's some good stuff, and she has easily one of the best fatalities in the game. So yeah, I
That's
think
true. Yeah.
I think she looks
I forgot about that fatality.
fantastic
It's good.
design wise, gameplay wise, and yeah, so she looks really, really cool. So yeah, I give her I'm gonna go 8.5.
Dang, nice. Yeah,
GG's.
I'd bump her up to a 3 for the fatal. That
Okay,
fatal's pretty good.
I'll update your score. I'm keeping track
It
here.
is a good fatal.
All right, so let's move on to Erron Black. So let's see what order I have here. Blur, blur, blur. Down for Aldi, you're first on this one.
Okay, so yeah, like again, like with Kotal, Aaron was also a character. I mained Aaron in MKX pretty much. So this game, of course, I went in, expecting like something for me here, and I really like what he has. He's of the characters I'm gonna play, he's probably like my least type, I guess, because I've played him so much in X, and I don't really want to repeat that. But I'm still gonna try him and see how he plays in this game. But I'm not like going in like super excited to play him. It's just one I'll try eventually. Um, but I really like what I'm seeing. His breakdown, I think I need to see more. Like I have a general idea of what I want to do, but it's not there yet. It's not complete. So I need to see more of his abilities maybe and see the rest of his gameplay. Design wise, I think he has some of the better gear in the game so far that I've seen. He got some of his stuff from the
Right.
concept art that he had next, and I really like that. That's what I wanted. I dislike that you can't take off his hat. That doesn't seem to be an option. I know a lot of people didn't like that next, but I got used to playing that since I mained the outlaw variation. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm glad they got the same voice actor. They look like his intros and outros are amazing. Like they doubled down on all of the cowboy aspects, and it's just he looks great. His design looks great. I don't know really what else to say. Just he looks good. I think my biggest disappointment actually is the fact that he's working with Kano. I think that's really fucking lame. I really hate that it's seemingly he's not like an old cowboy anymore. I thought that was like the most interesting thing to me. Yeah, so that sucks. I fucking hate Kano. I give him like an 8 out of 10 probably. So
Okay.
yeah,
Jingo?
Yeah, I fucking hate Kano too.
yeah.
Uh, really glad that I don't have to play that guy ever. Uh, Erron Black, I am gonna play, and I'm happy about it because he looks great, dude. This character looks so fucking good, and he seems like just in general much better realized in this game than in
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
first one. As far as like just like raw appearance and shit goes. Um, his you know he the um the poncho thing and all that stuff, the scarf and the whatnot. It didn't work really well in MKX and here, but no, here it works. It looks legit. He's doing everything that it's supposed to do. His his gear, dude. His gear is really great. He's got some sick masks. He's got some goggle shit going on. He's got some weird shit going on. I haven't even seen it all yet. I'm looking forward to playing this dude, and his gameplay is that's the biggest thing. Like I remember seeing everything on the streams, and I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna want to put it together. Like which of those things
Yeah.
I'm gonna want. And I can't like it's hard to speculate until I get my hands on him. But he's got some really cool tools that look like fun and good, and tools that also just look like fucking really fun, like the fucking dynamite and all this shit.
So I saw a
And
little clip that he can actually get hit by his own dynamite.
Yeah.
he get hit by his own dynamite.
If you're
Oh
too
shit!
close, like you're if you're like a foot away, you're fine. It's if you're right on top of it with the opponent. Like if you're touching the opponent, basically, you're gonna get
Okay.
hit by it too.
I mean, yeah, that's how it would work.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
checks out. Oh, but dude, yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this dude. And he was sick at MKX. Everybody knows he was sick. As soon as we saw him in the comic, everybody was like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
that guy better be in the game." Oh god, yeah, obviously he was. I'm super happy with Erron Black. I'm gonna give him a 9.5 as well.
Okay. Erron Black, yeah, he looks like a lot of fun. I agree that he's much better realized in this game than he was in X, and I liked him in X. So I think just they improved on every aspect of him in this game. He's got some cool skins. He's got some cool gear. I really like that one where it's like the steampunk mechanical goggles and shit. If I played Erron Black, that's the one I would use. So yeah,
I might be. That one's good.
yeah, that one's good. And so yeah, he looks good. He plays way, in my opinion, his gameplay is way more interesting than it was in X. I like the bear trap made from a nether beast. I like the reptile's acid. I like that he's just like buddies with Reptile because they're both on Team Kotal anyways. So like I like that he's potentially milking Reptile basically, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of a funny duo thing.
Gross. But yeah, you're right. Yeah,
From his mouth. But so
of course.
sure,
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, he's cool, and yeah, I don't know what to think about him working with Kano. I don't know if it's just gonna be one Erron Black that we see because there is an older and a younger one technically
Yeah,
with the
that's
different
true.
timelines aspects. So we don't know what else could potentially be showing up there. It'd be kind of odd if the only one that we see in story is the one that works for Kano because that doesn't seem like the same one that works for Kotal. So
Yeah.
I hope to see, the Erron Black that we saw in X and see more about him because, yeah, I did like that version of him that's lived for however many years and, is a bounty hunter basically. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing him, and he looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing him, but he looks like a lot of fun. I love the goofy dynamite shit as well. So, yeah, great animations all around. I give him an 8.
Okay.
Okay, and next up is Skarlet, and let's see, I'm starting this one. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Skarlet, so for me, Skarlet, I'm happy she's in the game. I think she looks great. Her design-wise, she has a lot of good looks, and skins, gear, I haven't really looked into any of those, but even her default look I like. I like the pilot hat. I think that's kind of cool. It's just such a different way to go with that character, or I don't know if that's a pilot hat or what you like wear in the desert or whatever. It just looks
It looks
cool.
similar. She's
Yeah.
got goggles, so
Yeah, and she's got goggles and shit like pilots. So it just looks good, and I like the character's design. I like the face model and everything looks really good. I like the different hairstyles. I like the short hair, the long hair, the ponytail hair. They all look good to me. I think she looks good in that regard. Gameplay wise, I think I love what they did with her gameplay. I think it's really cool to form all these things out of blood, the blood scythe, and all this shit that she can do. You know, the drain from the enemy and then give herself health back. All these kind of cool things that she can do. Her fatal blow is great. Fatalities are okay. I don't love them. Especially the blood sickles is kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of eh. I'm already
that
kind
one
of
got
like over
boring.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the heart one is a little bit better, but still not one of my favorites in the game. It's kind of middle of the road. But yeah, overall, I think she's great and she sounds great. I like that she has like a Russian kind of accent to her, and yeah. So overall, I think she's really cool. I give her a, I'm gonna say an 8 for Scarlet as well.
Okay, that's fair.
Um, yep. D4, you are up next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm of the same opinion. Like Scarlet looks good. I'm glad she's in the game. She was surprising. Like I always thought she had a chance, but I never really thought she was gonna be back. So for her to be back in this game is kind of cool. Uh, she looks completely redesigned. I kind of wish they did keep some of the elements from her nine gameplay outside of like the blood ball stuff. Like I really like the dagger pressure and shit. And now she's kind of like a zoner mid range character. And that's okay, but when I played her in the beta, I really wasn't in love with it. Like she's not my type of character, and I was pretty bored playing her honestly. So, but I do like her design. I agree. Like the airplane helmet was kind of like weird at first, but it grew on me like really fast. Like it just looks really good, and the shade of red they picked for that outfit looks awesome. And she looks good unmasked. Like she's like, I think she's one of the characters that looks better. Like her outfit works like in a way like on the same level if she has the mask as like unmasked. Like some
Sure.
characters don't look as good if they're unmasked, but she rocks it. It looks good. Um, Story wise, I don't really know. Like I've heard like her bio is weird. Like it really contradicts what they set up in nine, but that's not really too surprising. Um, yeah, she's not my character. Probably bottom five, like in terms of gameplay that I want to try going into the game. So I'm not that excited for her, but I do like her. I'm glad she's in, and I'll give her like probably like a 7.
Okay. Django.
Um, man, yeah, she was a hella surprised when we first saw her in that initial launch trailer, or the reveal launch, whatever. Not launch. We just watched the launch. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, she was sick. I really like her voice actor. She might have my favorite voice actor in the game. She's up there. There's some good ones, but she's up there. I like that accent. I like how she's trying to drag out all of her lines as long as she can, and she does, and it works. She speaks really slowly, but it's cool. Um, yeah, I like the way that she looks a lot too. I think she looks really, really good, and that's not an unpopular opinion because, man, have I seen a lot of Scarlet gear pictures in the past several days since this shit has been coming out. Everyone's looking at Scarlet, look at her gear and her skins and whatever, and they're good. They are really good. But the one that I like the most is that pre-order one or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Cold
The
War.
Russian one?
Yeah, the one it just looks like a bison skin to me. It looks like M
It
Bison.
does.
That's sick. That works for her, and that's what's cool. Like she has all these different looks to her, but they all kind of work. Um, yeah, she's a cool character. Her gameplay, she seems good. I fought
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of Scarlets, and most of them
Yeah.
kicked my ass. She seems to be doing fine. I'm curious to see how she's going to be in the main game. Probably she's still going to be fine. Um, yeah, this was a really good character, and I really like how just oddball it seems seeing her right up front. That was crazy, and that was fun. Um, and she's also a ninja, so points for that. I didn't say that about Erron; he gets points for that too. Um, so overall, I'm gonna give Scarlet. I'm gonna give her an 8.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to Kano. Kano, Django,
Oh boy.
take us there.
I mean, what can you say about Kano, man? Like, that's part of the problem. He's been around so much in so many games. Like, he's he's just Kano. He's doing Kano stuff. He sounds like Shrek this time. I guess that's cool. Um, he looks like Kano. He looks good. His UMK3 looks really good.
It
I like
does.
Yeah.
that skin a lot. That looks cool. Um, but outside of that, like I don't even know that much about his gameplay. He's got knives and he's got balls, like so. That's good, right? In story, he seems to be doing Kano shit. He's just being a dick and an asshole and fucking people up. There's two of him. That's gonna be
Seems
fun, I guess.
prominent, like pretty
He
prominent of a
does.
character. Like he's doing a lot, which
Um,
is interesting.
it is
Yeah.
interesting. He seems like he's doing a lot even outside of there being two of him.
Yeah.
Like he's doing a lot, and there's fucking two of them running around. It's gonna get nutty and
Like
interesting.
minigunning like Sonya and shit. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm he looks good. I'm not gonna play him, thank God. And I hope that Kano fans are happy with him. That UMK3 thing looks good. I'm gonna give him a I don't know. I'll give him a 3.5.
Okay. Down 4.
Yeah, Kano's a disappointment for me. I really liked him in X. He was probably honestly my top 5 gameplay wise in X. I really, really like Kano in MKX. I thought he was
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I forgot
he
about
was.
him in X.
He's like more of an MK11 character in MKX than he is in this game.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed to learn that he's like a 50-50 character and he's got unsafe mix-ups and shit. He's very unsafe. It's just I don't know why they designed him that way. I don't like the piss. The voice actor isn't that bad, but it was very jarring since we've had that Kano voice actor for like over 10 years now. Very weird choice to not bring him back. And this game more than any made me feel like he needs a break. Like I feel like he doesn't need to be in the next game. He didn't need to be in this game. I wish he wasn't in this game. Yeah, he's very just lackluster. Like I had high hopes for Kano too because, like I said, I really liked him in X. I had a lot of fun with him, Cutthroat and Cybernetic. But this game, it's just not doing it for me at all. I don't think he looks very interesting. His UMK3 does look really good though. I'll give him props for that. That looks good. But just everything else, I hate it. I don't want to play Kano, and especially story wise, considering Kabal's working with him and stuff. I just don't feel like he needs to be here anymore. So I'll give him like a 4.5.
Okay, for me, Kano, I pretty much agree with everything you guys were saying. I'm not a big fan of I like Kano as a character. That's the thing is I like Kano as a character. I think he needed to sit out at least 1 or 2 games, so I think he's overstayed his welcome at this point. That said, I do like his design in this game. I like classic faceplate at least. It seems like on his default outfit, so that's cool. I like that his knives got the the blue, kind of effect to them that he had all the way back in MK1. So there's some cool stuff there, and the UMK3 outfit. But yeah,
And he also
go ahead.
throws it more like the MK1.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, I agree. The spinning, instead of the straight throws. I just other than that, his gameplay does absolutely nothing for me. I guess I like the Molotov cocktails. That's kind of cool, I guess, for a thug. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, his gameplay I thought was very underwhelming. Molotov cocktails were cool. The flip kick that he does is really slow. I thought that looked cool, but literally everything else is just kind of and I have no desire to play him. And yeah, story-wise, I don't want to see him do a lot, so it seems like in the story trailers he's doing a lot, which I'm not looking forward to too much. But yeah, overall just not really digging this character. And even his first fatality is really just kind of that's probably my least favorite in the entire game. It's easily bottom 3 where he just head bashes them multiple times until their head explodes. And then the second fatality I thought was a little bit I thought it was a little bit better where he stabs him in the throat with the bottle and then
Or he throws it at him, right?
He breaks the bottle and then
Okay. Yeah.
puts it right into their neck and then the side of their neck And then as the guy's just like spurting blood, then they eventually start to pass out, like fall to the ground. But he grabs him by the hand. I thought it was great camera work because you think they're gonna
But
fall, and then he grabs him in the hand at the last second, and then starts dancing with him like the Joker. So
and well, I'd like to point out he goes to go into his MK1 classic pose, but then he grabs him. That's what saved the fatality for me. I thought it was meh the first time, but then I noticed that, and I was like, I really like that. So
yeah, I like it
it's
better than his
yeah,
first one. I would have rather him cut like their throat with his knife or the bottle, like ear to ear, kind of like the MK1
yeah.
movie, and then he feeds them. Like he makes them drink some of the beer, like he pours it in their mouth as they're like gasping for like trying to hold their neck, and he gives them some of the beer, and then the beer just comes out from the neck like
Oh,
wound would just like pour down their chest. I think that would be pretty tight. So that would have been I would have preferred something like that. It would have been a little more creative, I guess, but I do like it. It's a little bit better. So but yeah, overall just not too enamored with the character this time. So it's kind of disappointing. I give him a 3.
you guys both gave him a 3?
Yep. Or Django gave him a
Okay.
3.5. You gave him a 4.5. I gave him a 3.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to Kabal. Got the
Oh
spins.
God.
Uh, let's see. D4. This one is yours to
Okay.
take first.
Yeah. So Cabal is my favorite character in Mortal Kombat, and I was really looking forward to him in this game because he was. Besides Shang, we didn't know he was in the game at that point, but he was the only one I got on my list in my top 10, and he was my number one. And I was really happy he got in. Like, I can't describe the feeling like when at the reveal event, like he ran by. It was just pure excitement. That that wait was excruciating to wait for the stream to see his reveal and everything,
Right.
and it was like the delay and everything. It was so bad. Like I was just it killed me. That was the longest wait. Like, and then I finally saw him, and his gameplay really impressed me. Like I was really happy with his gameplay. But the moment I saw him, it was just the design that just took over like everything for me. It was just the design that didn't work. I'm not a fan of the Revenant outfit. Like it's okay. It's not bad. It's just not what I like, especially the hair. The hair bothered me. The hair bothers me on the young skin, on the burnt skin, whatever. It's bad. I think it's really bad to me. And he doesn't have the option in game. He has. I speculated at first like he would have the half mask thing, and I was right on that. He has the half mask. He's not able to put on a full face mask, and he has no other skin that gives him longer hair. So that was by far like the biggest disappointment about the character for me. But then in game, he is no longer like MK3 Cabal or even MK9 Cabal. He's not like that personality. He is now complete Black Dragon asshole, complete greedy asshole, like just complete fucking greedy piece of shit. Like he's not like Kano where like Kano has like a weirdly charismatic quality about him. No, he's just a complete fucking asshole. Like I hate it. I completely hate it. And he's just a goofball. He's a fucking complete goof. Like they got the spins in the Cabal, and it's like, what are they doing with him? Like I fucking hate it. Like the like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I saw his ending, and it's just I was at the lowest point with this character today. It's like I just don't know what to even look forward to in playing this character anymore. He's just like so disappointing outside of the gameplay for me, and his presets aren't impressive either. I played him in the beta, I enjoyed him, and if I want to play presets, I can't play the Cabal I want anymore. It's just I don't know what's there. It's like they're trying to take everything, every single thing away from like Cabal that I like. It's just I don't know that like I'm sure I'll feel different about this in the future, but just right now, like Cabal is just very disappointing to me overall.
Sure.
Um, I like his fatalities. His second one less so. His first one is one of my favorites in the game, where he runs and like does the Speed Force shit.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But other than that, I'll give him like I want to be fair because I still like him in some aspects, but it's just the disappointment kind of took over. So I'll give him like right now like a 5.5.
Okay. Django.
I forgot that it was
Rosemary's
my turn.
Rosemary's Baby. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that movie. Um, Cabal. I thought he looked good, but I'm not a long time Cabal fan like a D4 here. His personality is weird. He feels like I don't know. kind of a weird Spider-Man, but not as funny.
Yeah.
And it kind of douchey too. The hair doesn't help. Um, his gameplay though, he looks really good. His gameplay, it looks like Kabal shit. He is doing Kabal shit. I'm scared of him. I'm going to have to fight him, and it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
He's gonna... I don't trust your opinions of characters. He's got the fucking the fart jump in the air. He's got axes everywhere. He doesn't have his buzz saws. The saws are pretty cool. I'm trying to think of like a consensus of a consensus of like how he's been received overall by people, and it's tough to tell. I'm bummed that people like D4 aren't super thrilled with him because if not them, then who? Certainly don't do it for me. But for me, his default looks cool. He's got some weird looking shit. He got some shit that does just look fucking like, what are you guys doing? Some characters that worked, like Noob has got some weird shit too, but Noob's works. Noob stays more in theme, I think. And like D4 said, I think they kind of struggled to define Kabal's theme. So it was a little all over the place and a little unfocused. So I mean, overall, probably a 6.
Okay. For me, Kabal, I like his design. Definitely more than Down 4 does. I'm admittedly, like I said, I'm not nearly as big of a fan of Kabal as he is, so I don't really have those kind of specific things that I'm looking for. For me, I like the hair, I like the mask, I like overall what he looks like. His face should not be shown. I think that's kind of a mistake to make skins where
man.
That's a weird, like a gear option with the ninjas unmasked, sure, whatever, but like Kabal, the only time he should be showing his face is for like a fatality for his classic Scream stuff. So I don't know, it's just really weird to have that option, but so I'm not digging that, and it looks just really funky. But other than that, I mean, I like overall what he looks like. I think he looks badass. His gameplay is fun. I like his air thrust, whatever, the gas thrust in the air. I think that one's really cool. That was what I was using in the beta, and having a lot of fun with that and doing some tricky stuff. I thought there was a lot of potential there, so I was having a blast doing that. I don't know if I'll ever return to him. I kind of had fun with them in the beta. I don't know, if I'll be back with that, but otherwise I like that. I agree with everything you're saying though about his personality. I think this is not a character that should be making these weird kind of sophomoric quips like got the spins and Kabal in, and like those are very something you'd like get from a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old, not a dude that's in the young form, probably in his mid to late 20s, working for a gangster. Like he's a thug and a criminal. Like you wouldn't have a guy acting like that. It's just really weird.
After he's gotten scarred.
Like, and then after he's gotten scarred, that's just completely out of character. Like that's even more so just like this guy just really, really odd. So I don't know. Like he should be doing sinister laughs that have, and weird shit like that, and that's creepy, and just I don't know. It's a really odd turn to turn him into like a Johnny Cage type. Like that is not.
Yeah, he's not badass anymore. He's just
Yeah, it's like really, really odd. It's like I don't know. It's certain characters that just doesn't work with, and
I don't feel like they understand like what to do with him because he's been different every single game.
Sure,
so.
And yeah, it's like I think of a character like Baraka. Like all of a sudden, Baraka's like this hipster. All of a sudden, it would make no sense. It just doesn't. Yeah, and that's the vibe I get from Kabal is hipster. Like I get hipster Kabal. That's kind of what I think of as this guy that like that's just I don't know. Is really really odd. But yeah, I think his gameplay's fun. Design I actually dig. I really only his base design, not really some of his other weird ones are I'm not digging too much, but his base one I dig a lot. But yeah, overall, I give him... And yeah, I hope in story mode that something happens with him that redeems him for you a bit more. Because we don't know what he does in story mode, so...
Yeah, we've only seen a few scenes.
We just know he's clearly working, with Kano to some degree, or working with the Netherrealm as a Revenant. we don't really know what development he has, if anything. So hopefully there's something there that kind of is like, okay, you know, he acts like a weirdo or whatever, but at least he had this cool moment of character development. So hopefully there's something there for him. But yeah, as is what we know now, which is what we're basing all of these off of. Yeah, it's really odd. But overall, I give him a 6.5.
Okay.
Okay, taking the next one first, and that's Liu Kang. Liu Kang is phenomenal. I think he is, like, his skins, I haven't looked through his gear, but his skins look really cool. He's got some cool tattoo ones and stuff going on there. He's got one, like, Goku colored with, it's just weird shit, but it's cool, whatever. I mean, more martial artist things that he can kind of emulate, I think, is good for the character. His face looks fantastic in this game. His voice, everything is done super, super well. I'm curious what he does in story mode. And his gameplay looks amazing. I love this character. He looks so damn good. He's going to be a pain in the ass to fight, but they did him so well. I love his first fatality. I don't think I've seen a second one yet. But yeah, he looks good all around. And that's really all I have to say about him. He looks good. So I'm going to give Liu Kang I'm going to go... I'm going to go 9.
That's a good score.
Yep.
I agree with that.
And next up is D4.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that. I think Liu is probably the best he's ever looked. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fucking Liu Kang. Like, you can't get any more Liu Kang than he is in this game. It's so perfect. Like,
Yeah.
his classic design, I think, is one of the best designs in the game. Like, it doesn't try to be anything else. It's just his classic, and it looks perfect. He looks perfect. Yeah, Liu is fucking awesome. Like, I love the triple bicycle kick. I love the flying kick, crushing blow is awesome. It's just everything about him looks. He has a command grab, which is random, but I love it. Yeah, I think he looks great. I think Liu is so fucking cool. Like, Liu is always there, like, kind of like he's in most of the games. Like, besides, like, what games did he miss? Like Deadly Alliance, is that it?
Deadly
Like,
Alliance is the only one that he's missed.
yeah, that's wow. Yeah, Liu is always there, but it's like I guess I got accustomed to him being there. But like when he's in this game and he looks so amazing compared to how he's looked before, where they just understand the character and they put everything into this character. Like he shines. Like he makes all the Liu Kangs before him just look like shit. Like
Yeah,
I can't
he's
look
really
at
good.
Shaolin monks like Liu Kang and not be disgusted now because he looks so good in this game.
Even MKX, which I thought they did some cool stuff, but like I look back to like Duelist and all these weird kind of concepts they took with them, and it's like, no, all you really need to do is double down on the martial artist stuff and really just go hog wild with like put in more stuff from martial arts movies and just really
Yeah.
capture all those tropes. And I thought they really did that well with here. Yeah.
Yeah, they went full Bruce Lee, like you were saying with his fatality too. Like it's just they obviously took a lot of influence from Bruce Lee for a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
And one thing I really wanted for him was for him to have a blue alt color for the classic outfit, and he does have that, which I'm very happy about. It's weird, like that's weird, like small little thing, but
Sure.
I'm very happy he has that. I'll probably learn him at some point because he looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
I'll give him also a 9 out of 10.
Django-san.
Man, I didn't want to give you Liu Kang yesterday. That's why I didn't. Because, boy, if you're not going to be fun to fight against Liu Kang. That's not going to be fun. I have to run into this character is so fucking good in this game, dude. He's so good. Like, this character has all this shit, and he just does it. And it's not, it doesn't seem like it's even, like, super hard to do. And they talked about that, and that's not a bad thing. That's good.
I don't think that was down 4. Wasn't that Temp that had Liu Kang?
I think it was
potentially.
Temp, yeah.
Oh, well, no. The choice was to. Did you not have a choice to keep? I thought I didn't give you.
It might have been during the journey. I don't remember. There was a couple rounds there.
Whatever. Either way, I don't want you playing Liu. it's gonna hurt. But I get it though, because he looks so great and he plays really fucking good.
Yeah.
And he looks really fucking good. Like they yes, this is the Liu Kang you always think about. Like this is he seems OP, and he is OP. He
should be.
And they just fucking threw everything they can think of at him. But it's stuff like you guys were saying it's stuff that fits. Don't make him a RTS character like some of the stuff that they were trying to MKS. Like, like I get it and it's cool, but you know, he punches you in the face and kicks you in the face, and that's kind of what he does. Do a bunch of that shit. Give him and I'm glad to see the nunchuck back. It's sick. The stance shit is really sick. But he also, like, the meter burn fucking bicycle kick a billion times and whatever you want to do, and the dragon kick, and the teleport is crazy too. But it's okay. I'm not looking forward to fighting this character, but they did as good of a job as you could do. I don't know how you could do Liu Kang better than the way he seems right now, from everything that we've seen about him. Looks, especially gameplay, like, if you're one of those people that don't want to assign 10s, I would give him a 9.5. If you want to use the 10 because it's on your list, I would give him a 10. And I'm going to give him a 10.
Okay.
Damn. First 10.
First 10 on the board. It's well deserved. All right.
GG's.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Django, you're taking first next, and that is Kitana.
Man, Kitana. I'm running through through my head now, the stream and all of that stuff. She, well, I thought that she looked really ugly at first with the Revenant shit. And everyone made the memes and the jokes or whatever, like a fucking fat Kitana. They put the Happy Meal in her hand.
I never saw that. I still don't see that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No, I saw it. I'm just saying I don't see that. Like, I don't see
yeah.
that in the character.
I mean, now that's all I can see because of the internet. So thanks. But whenever we actually saw like the human Kitana one, and it's a whole, it's a different thing. It's a whole different thing. Yeah, she's not showing any leg, and that's an across the board thing except for Shiva. But she looks really good, and I'm a big fan of the headband, and she has the headband. I don't know why I like the headband so much, but I do. The headband is tight. And we've seen her gear in the game. That shit, like her human form and whatever, it looks so good in that design, and having all those options of like masks and stuff. She looks really good. She looks super sick. I am bummed that she doesn't have her classic stuff because people want that shit, and I get it. I like her MK3 stuff. That shit looked really, really, really great. Obviously, I like the headband, and that came from MK2. Her gameplay, man, I like her having the Sai, and I liked her having the staff in MKX. I liked that stuff.
Hold on.
It's and I've kind of liked the little that I saw of her using the Sai. I liked what she was doing with it. But Sai aside, the rest of her stuff, her actual stuff, that looks good too. And she was doing combos, like legit fucking annoying looking Kitana combos. Yeah, and she looks good. She got that down one. She looks like a pain to fight, and there was never any question of that, because boy, we know that 16-bit kind of likes her.
Oh yeah.
And there's no way like he's not fucking like leaning over people. Hey, what are you guys doing, Kitana? Hey, give her that.
Give her the buff. Give her the buff.
Yeah, hey, that's too slow, man. Make that down one instant. Shit, make it longer. She looks like she's going to be as good as Kitana ever was. I can say that as far as gameplay goes. I hope. Well, I don't know. She looks good though. I'm gonna give her a 7.5.
Okay. D4.
Yeah. Kitana. I like Kitana. She looks good. I don't feel like this Kitana will live up to MK9 Kitana for me in terms of gameplay, because I just really like her combo construction in that game. I love the swaggy
She was cheap. She was cheap.
Yeah, she was cheap.
Come on, man.
I just loved her combo construction. Like it's here too. It's just not as swaggy to me. I don't know.
It did look cool. You're right.
Yeah, I like Cutter and all that. This game, she looks good though. Like, I like some of the stuff they did. I do wish they could have revealed her sooner, because I feel like it was built up a little too much. Like, I don't know if that was their intention. It was just she was at the reveal event as she was shown, but she wasn't. We didn't see any gameplay or anything. So I kind of expected a bit more, but it's pretty standard katana stuff with a Melina Sai, which I'm still. I know you are a fan of that, Jingo, but I don't like when they do that stuff because like with the presets especially, it like limits katana players who want to use her in the way she's like meant to be played to like one variation basically. So
I don't think that anyone else likes it on the planet, maybe except for
there's a few I bet probably, but
Melina fans as well. Boy,
yeah. But yeah, she looks good. Of the gear I've seen, like it's not too impressive. Her primary is good though, so I just wish she had more variety and something like a UMK3 skin or something. Um, yeah, she looks like I keep saying, but she looks overall good. I'd probably give her like a 7.
Okay. I really like Katana in this game from a gameplay perspective. I think she's looks like a lot of fun. I love the I they drove her even more into that kind of, graceful martial arts looking stuff. Like her jumps are very graceful spins in the air, which are really cool. I think that's unique for her. And she's doing a lot of the stuff that we're used to Katana doing. She's not doing anything that I can think of that's too crazy. I guess she has like the downward kind of diving thing, like a dive kick, but forward with her going crazy down. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty much standard fare, and I like that. I feel like you're getting a lot of what you want out of Katana. I wish she had a little bit more assassin stuff with her gameplay. I do miss some of the like this assassin run and the lunge, like the jumping and then slice their throat and kick off thing from MKX. I want to see more of that. But her combos look like a lot of fun. The way her strings and normals look are really well done and animated and choreographed. So I think that all looks really good. Her skins, I think she's got some good looks and some really cool gear, but other than that, her base skins I feel are a little underwhelming. I wish she had more MKX stuff. Like the base MKX design is still my favorite Katana design so far. So I'd have liked a little bit more of that. It's weird that 3 of her skins are Revenant and then only has like 2 human versions of herself. So
That are
that's
very similar.
yeah. I mean, all of her skins are pretty samey. To like those 3 Revenant ones are very similar, and the 2 human ones are very similar. So I mean, that's something most characters suffer from. But yeah, she's
Yeah.
definitely one of them that's most noticeable. And so yeah, I mean, from that point, it's a little disappointing. I like some of her hairstyles look really good. Like once again, I wish the MKX one was there. I just think that outfit should have gotten a kind of like a new polished design that followed the same idea, but it was not meant to be. I'm excited to see what she does in story mode. It looked cool in that trailer when she's like talking to Baraka and stuff. So I'm curious what she does with that. Her intro looked really good. With I think I watched all of her intros and outros actually, and they all were really good. I thought she had some really good stuff, and I liked the one that they showed off in the trailer where she's brought in on a chair, a throne, basically.
Oh yeah.
I think that's tight, and it just looks really good. So yeah, she looks fantastic. I like her outro where she's throwing the fans at the very stylish at the screen. Her fatalities both are really good. I like her first one with the spinning and the head's left spinning on the fan, and then the other fan comes back to her and she kicks it right into their head. I think that looked really good. And had it not had the kick, it probably would have been more like just kind of underwhelming to me that, oh, she's doing another decapitation with her fan type of deal. But I like the idea that it's just spinning there in place and then she kicks the other fan like a soccer player basically, or a
Yeah, the
martial arts
torso
kick.
like the fan is like holding up the torso, and when she removes it, it like falls.
Right.
That was cool.
So yeah, that I just thought that was a cool, well done fatality. It's not like my favorite in the game or any means, but I think it's up there. It's still decent. And her second fatality, on the other hand, I think is phenomenal. I know some aren't big on it because of the Fujin type stuff.
Yeah.
It's using wind, but I mean that's always kind of been her shtick too. She's always used. You can go back to the MK2 before Fujin ever existed. What do you think that was when she was doing her fans? It was still air that she's. What?
Well, yeah, it's like it was more like waves. It was more like
That was just they can't. How else were they going to animate wind? Like it wasn't
but it's
sound.
just-
It wasn't
I know
sound
it's
waves
not.
being made, but
I do kind of wish she still like used that animation. I prefer the fan lift before, as opposed to just a tornado. But you're right though. It's like it's not totally like just wind. It's just
Yeah, and I'll explain further. But I mean, like I said, my only point with that is she had that. I mean, fans in general, what do? They produce air. That's their
yeah.
entire purpose is air, and that's what she's doing. And I don't think she's got too much of it. I think she has the right amount. She's not going overboard with using wind and tornadoes or anything. One's on her fan lift. One is part of that second fatality, and for the most part, that's pretty much it. She's not. I don't think she's shitting on Fujin or his chances. I mean, there's so many characters that share similar abilities and use the same uh, elements and stuff. So I don't see that. But regardless, I think her second fatality is really well done. She cuts them open with her fan, just like really just like buzzsaws into them, opens up their chest cavity or whatever, and then she starts making a tornado. Like she spins herself and creates this just giant vortex, and it sucks their guts out into it. I just think it looks really, really well done. So
It was
yeah.
a cool fatality. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fault the character either. I feel like take it out on the devs. It's not the
Yeah,
character.
I mean, it's not just her; it's
Yeah.
Cetrion as well. Like,
Sure.
you can't just blame purely Kitana.
But yes, I mean either way, for Kitana, I think she's really well done. There are some disappointments, but it's not like a disappointment that I really hate. It's just I wish there was more for her. So overall, I give her. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say an 8.5.
Okay.
Next up we have, let's see, Kung Lao, and it looks like this one is D4 first.
Oh, Kung Lao.
Yep.
Yeah, Kung Lao's cool. I like Kung Lao. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Sure.
Hard for me to talk about. It's weird. Like I've always been more of a Kung Lao fan than Liu Kang. I was looking forward more to Kung Lao in this game, and I play Kung Lao usually more in the MK games. Like I really loved him in 9. He was
Right.
just super fun in that game. But Kung Lao, like I don't know, he's just not doing it for me in this game. Like his gameplay looks good. It's not that. It's just I really don't like his design. Like the Revenant is better than MKX, but I'm still not in love with it. And his human skin is okay. It's not. I really don't like it still because he's wearing like a condom on his head. Like it's like it looks like a condom to me. Like it's this weird cowl like something like Raiden would wear, but his like
It
hair
looks
is sticking
bad.
out.
It's not good.
Yeah. And the fact that they called it like MK3 inspired when I don't see that. Like the color scheme is nothing like MK3, and it's like he's not wearing anything like he wore in MK3. That was strange to me, and he doesn't seem to have anything like the MK2 poncho or MK3 outfit in his gear either. So, and nothing like showing his hair either. So I'm not in love with his design overall, and I think that's probably why I'm not that interested in him. But his gameplay looks good. I like the dive kick, crushing blow, and I really like the Great Kung Lao stuff. That was a really nice surprise that they actually brought him in and incorporated into his gameplay somewhat. I think his fatal's really shitty though. I don't like that either. I just think Liu Kang kind of bodies him in terms of gameplay and everything else. Like it's very jarring to me. Like again with the design that they got Liu Kang's classic so right, and then Kung Lao's looking like that, where like he's never worn anything like that before. So that's my biggest complaint. I really hope he gets some better stuff added.
Sure.
I'll give him like a 6.5.
Okay. Django.
Man, yeah. I don't think it's a hot take. It is weird that to me Kung Lao has always topped Liu Kang as far as presentation goes. And just style and like animation and finesse and all these other things. He always looks way better than Liu Kang, and it's not the case in this game. Which is tough because his gameplay doesn't look bad. There's nothing wrong with it, and he does do a lot of cool stuff. And that great Kung Lao shit is pretty sick. I really like the finally them doing something with those two, and I've wanted great Kung Lao shit in the game since forever. Like it's weird to me. Like I half wanted him in this game because we have time shit. So why not? Let's have the great Kung Lao. Um, this is but it's nice. It's cool, and he seems to use him cool, and it seems to be interesting from a gameplay perspective. And I still think he's going to be really good, and also really annoying.
Yeah.
But man, visually, no, like there's nothing appealing to me about his appearances, which is really sucks because I think MKX had some of his best shit. His both of his human uh looks to me were some of his best designs ever. The old Kung Lao and
Yeah.
the tournament one with the ponytail and shit. We had a ponytail in both of them. It was that both of those were just fucking sick, dude. Like I don't know what they're doing with this guy and with this look. He's wearing like a flag, like a British flag, American flag, some kind of shit, maybe Australian. I don't know what's going on there. It's a weird ass choice. Um,
It really
yeah, for
is.
me, Kung Lao is like a 5 in this game.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with most of what you guys are saying. I don't know. I think the way to best put it is, for me anyways, this is how I'm feeling, is with a lot of characters, they seem to really kind of find new things to kind of give them a new shtick. Like with Baraka with the new flag, Sonya with the turret and stuff going on. Sub-Zero's using his ice in new ways that he never did before. Liu Kang, they just went all in on. Erron Black's doing some crazy new stuff. So all these characters, for most of them, are doing these new things, really cool. Whereas Kung Lao, it just seems like been there, done that, and I just feel like creatively they don't really have much else they can do with the spinning hat. Like I feel like
Yeah.
they've mined that well, and they did it really well in 9 and X especially. They came up with some new stuff of new tricks for him to do, but now it's like I just I don't know. It just doesn't. I feel like the Great Kung Lao stuff is literally like the last direction they can take with this character, that to get anything that feels like fresh for him. I feel like hat spinning on the ground. There's just only so many ways you can do that, or hat spinning around whatever. So I'm not really that interested in him. He's just kind of bland, I guess, in terms of just he's not bad, but he's not great. He's just
Yeah, I
middle of
agree.
the road. He's the same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Like it's just that's what I get when I think of Kung Lao. It's the Kung Lao we always kind of have, and he's got a couple new tricks, but they're not really lighting the world on fire. They're just kind of there, and I'm sure he'll still be decent. And the Great Kung Lao is decent stuff too, but I don't know. It's it is what it is, and yeah, it's Kung Lao. I didn't necessarily want him in this game, and I don't necessarily think like yeah he's there for story reasons and whatnot, but just from a gameplay perspective, I don't think he necessarily needed to be on the roster. And from a design perspective, once again, I agree with you guys. It just nothing's doing it for me. None of his designs. There's ones that I'm like, okay, that's okay, but I mean, I didn't look at his gear and stuff, but yeah, his skins just none of them were that fantastic. So
Yeah, I haven't looked through his hats or anything, but just skins. I totally
yeah,
agree.
so yeah, I mean, overall, he's just middle of the road. So I'm gonna give him a 5.
It's fair.
Okay, next up is Jade. That is me. So for Jade, I think she looks fantastic. I think her model and appearance is probably among the best they've ever been. I would have liked maybe a little bit more of classic option, just as a selectable option. Like her Deception alt, I really liked with the Chun Li buns and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But just overall, I mean, she looks fantastic. I think just design wise, face wise, the masks, the her skins in the beta and what I saw in the game, they look really good. So I don't really have any complaints. I think the kind of like the scarf and all that kind of poncho-y stuff or whatever you want to call that, I think looks really good. And just the overall aesthetic they went with her, just I enjoy. So from a gameplay perspective, she has gameplay that looks good, but I don't know. I don't know how well it feels. A lot of people were saying it feels odd. I tried her like in just a few matches and I couldn't really get anything going. But yeah, I don't know. I hope to see more from a gameplay perspective that's a little bit more engaging or interesting to watch and to see. But yeah, overall, I still think she's doing well. And story-wise, I'm curious what she does. So, yeah, overall, I would give her I'm going to say 7.5.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good score, honestly. For
Well, you're
yeah,
up next.
yeah, I'd agree with that. Like gameplay wise, especially like she's not working for me either. I know, like you said, a lot of people complained about getting things started with her in the beta and that she feels weird and like you have to play her a specific style to make her work. And I don't think she's bad. It's like she has good footsies and stuff, but I just think she struggles a bit. And I think your crushing blow requirements definitely need to be changed. Maybe they are changed. They probably are, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the game in there just completely changed. But yeah, I'm probably not going to play her. I think she's in the same realm as Skarlet for me, where I just don't want to use her because of her style. But her design, like you said, yeah, is really good. I think she has one of the better Revenant designs.
Yeah.
Like, she looks really cool. Like you said, with the poncho, like that shit just looks awesome.
Yeah, I would
I
say she
wish,
definitely has the best Revenant design.
yeah, I can't think of anyone better. Like honestly,
Yeah, I think
um,
because I mean we went through all the Revenants so far. I think other than maybe Noob technically, but yeah, Jade. You have Jade, Kung Lao, Kitana, Liu Kang, and Kabal. I would definitely put Jade at the top.
yeah, Jade's definitely the best. Yeah, and I wish she had more purple in her moveset. Like I know you can't get the classic staff with like the purple colors on it. It's always going to be green, and
Hmm.
she only has purple in her glow. So that's kind of disappointing to me. I really wish she had more diversity in her color. I
Sure.
really like the purple glowing staff, so it's disappointing that that's not an option. Green on green like doesn't work as well. I think like you need a little purple in there to mix it up. But other than that, yeah, I'm happy with her. Her voice is cool, and yeah, like you said, her model is really fucking good. She looks great, and yeah, her Deception outfit, if that was in here, that would probably make me want to play her way more because that would be so sick if they brought that back. That's still her best design. Uh, I'll probably give her like um a 6.5.
Okay. Django.
Uh, Jade has, like you guys said, the best Revenant look in the game. I think that's just a good design in general. I like that scarf thing that she's got going a
Yeah.
lot. Um, and you know, yeah, I like that design a lot. A lot of people are sad about her and the direction they go with the ladies' designs here and whatnot, and it doesn't look super classicy. But I still like that design, and I like her base model as well. Her human designs don't do anything for me. I don't think they're that good. I think they're a little too generic. Her gameplay, no. I tried it, and just a little bit that I did I wasn't feeling. I love staff tier characters, but she's not that. Even in this game, where she is using her staff way more than she ever has, she's still. I hope they do something with her. Because she needs it. Like her gameplay does not feel that interesting and
Yeah,
dynamic, especially compared to some of the other characters in this game. Like it's crazy. Man, yeah, she really needs a buff. She needs some love. Um, hopefully that happens. But as of right now, she's getting a 2.
whoa,
Yeah.
Whoa, damn.
I
that's
mean,
way
what does
lower
she have?
than I expected.
What does she have going on? And it's not just me. Like a lot of people. Like this is a big wide thing. A lot of people are
Yeah,
not happy with her.
Okay.
yeah, I think yeah. Probably, just thought like more Jade fans are probably more upset than like for me. It doesn't upset me as much like her gameplay. That's why I gave her more of a high score.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
I
is
guess it
nice.
depends how you value each kind of category,
Yeah,
I guess. Um,
and her fatality is good too. Her first, I like.
yeah, they're all right.
It's
I
okay.
don't think I love either of them, but they're middle
Yeah,
of the road for me. They're not they don't bother me. They're not lame, but yeah, they fall
And
somewhere in the middle.
again with her, like there is a factor of like you have to compare her to the other characters in this game. There's
Sure.
a lot of other characters with so much sick shit going on.
All right, we took a little break and we're getting back to it here. So picking up from Jade, we have Sub-Zero, and it is down 4 first.
Oh, I'm first. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Sub-Zero, like, at first I wasn't too impressed with him. He was, like, of the reveal event characters, he was probably my least hype next to Geras. But I kind of came around on him a bit. I really like his amplified slide move where he throws you against the wall and there's a crushing blow. That's really sick. Um, Gameplay-wise, I don't know what to think yet. I don't really care for the axes too much. I always like the swords from MK9 and Deception and shit. Uh, I really liked him in MKX as well. Like, I don't know. I just gameplay wise in this game, I don't know what to think of him yet. Maybe I'll feel differently once I play him. I'm more interested in him after playing the beta and feeling how the game plays. He seems more fun to me. But overall, still the gameplay is not like super grabbing to me. And design wise too, like I I don't care for really any of his skins. Like his primary is probably the best of them, but I'm still not that huge of a fan of it. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just I expected him to have better gear, whereas gear is like pretty samey for the most part. Nothing really that crazy. Um, and of course, like obligatory like request for the Deception outfit, the Shredder sub. I really want that. That would be a great pick for this game. Yeah. Other than that, though, like I don't know. I like his. I'm glad Steve Bloom is back. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else to say. I'll give him like 5.5.
Damn. Django.
This guy's Sub-Zero, and I like him. The character, I've always played Sub-Zero, and until MKX, he was always my main. There's a good chance he's going to be my main again in this game, but his gameplay hasn't, fucking wowed me that much. I miss the clone. It's not just because of the clone. No, it's not just clone salt. I don't like axes either. I'm not an axe guy. I really miss the fucking hammer. I loved the fucking hammer in MKX. It was good. Sub-Zero is actually one of the characters that made out with really good animations in MKX, and the hammer was one of them.
Yeah.
In this one, like D4 said, his enhanced slide move is really sick. He has a lot of that shit. He's got the other thing where he like uppercuts you into like a ceiling of ice with the spikes on it, like the combat student fatality. That one's sick.
Okay, I gotta bump him up a point for that. 6.5.
Just a point for that. Okay.
The brutal is one of the best.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I think he's going to be good. He seems to be good. I'm just not sold on him looking at him and seeing his move set and seeing all that stuff. But I haven't played him. He wasn't in either of the betas, which is fucked up. It's just wrong. That's what it is. That's all there is to it. And it makes me wonder why. Hopefully, like there's no big reason why. Like they something was broke. Whatever. I'm gonna be playing him in a couple of days. Man, his skins are not awesome.
No,
It's really lackluster. He's got some cool masks, but
yeah, his masks aren't completely bad. Yeah.
The skins is it's whatever. He has some weird ass colors going on too, but hopefully that grows, his wardrobe grows, and I hope his competitive variations get better, his presets.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I hope they add some good stuff there, but man, it's tough. He sounds good. He looks good. He's got a beard. You can have him with a beard and without a beard. Like I have to include all that shit. It's important. I like the hat. The hat's divisive, but I like the hat. Overall, I'm going to give him. I'm going to give him a 7.
All right. For Sub-Zero, yeah, he's just he's not doing a whole lot for me in this game, honestly, which is unfortunate because I'm a Sub-Zero guy in terms of all the male ninjas, not counting cyborgs. Sub-Zero is my favorite ninja, so he's probably my third favorite character, fourth favorite character over the entire series. So I I like him, and I generally like what he can do. But yeah, I don't know. He just seems weird in this game in certain aspects. The axes, I don't know. I haven't looked at his gear, so I don't know. Well, I mean, I've looked at his mask. I didn't look at his axes, so I don't know if those ever changed to any other sort of weapon. But I'm guessing not. I don't know if either of you looked at him, but if that's the case,
I haven't seen anything else. It's
okay,
just accident.
I saw some of his masks, but not
okay.
the axes.
So yeah, I don't know if it changes in any other different weapons, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the axes either. They're okay as one of the options. That'd be fine, but yeah, I would like to see Corey blades and all the other stuff that he normally has. So it's kind of disappointing that he doesn't have that. It seems. I mean, his animations are still looking good. And yeah, it's kind of weird to not have the clone anymore since that's been a staple for a long time. Design wise, I think his masks look great. I enjoyed a lot of them. They just looked really, really good. Skins, they're very samey. I don't hate his skin, but yeah, they're just kind of, a lot of them look very, very similar. So that's kind of disappointing. So I'd like a little bit more variety for him. I'd like the
Agreed.
classic UMK3 one with, and that Return in Deadly Alliance, and that was an MKX with the blocks basically, and
Hmm.
without the hat on or at all. So it's just his exposed head with a mask on though. Like I want that as one of them. So yeah, it's just kind of weird that you can't seemingly do that in this game with Sub Zero currently. So that's a disappointment there. Happy to see him playing a bigger role in story mode this time. That's for sure. So
That's true.
I hope it's not just the Scorpion stuff and the cyborg stuff that he's a part of. I hope to see him involved in a lot of the story because I think he should be one of the prominent characters, especially after X being pretty just in that one scene essentially. So
Yeah.
With Noob in the game too.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, we should be seeing him more often, which is fantastic. Got to have more Sub Zero in the story mode because I think that's just good stuff. So yeah, overall though, I'm giving him. I'm gonna give him a 6.5 as well.
Okay.
GG's.
Yep. And yeah, both of his fatalities are just all right. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
he has some cool intros and outros though that I saw. Next up, we have Jacqui Briggs, Django.
Really? Okay. Oh. You know, I don't like this character.
Jeez.
And she is improved from MKX. That I can say.
Yep.
Um, but that's not saying much. And if she wasn't improved from MKX, that would be ridiculous. Man, yeah, she is much better than she was at MKX, but she MKX. Just like from a like what are you like from a visual design standpoint, she looked like an NPC, man. She didn't have anything about her appearance that really set her apart.
No.
She was wearing like, like camo pants and a shirt.
It was gray.
It's like she just looks like an NPC. In this one, she looks a little less NPC, and she's in her gameplay. She's got kick shit going on now. But I mean, still, man, it's Jaxie. Uh, it's fucked up that she's in this game and Takeda's not. It's really weird. It's really fucking weird, man. Um, yeah. Sorry, screw you, Jacqui. She gets a 1.
Oh Jesus!
Holy shit.
Oh my god!
Hey, listen. It's a 1. I don't care.
All right,
Fair
down
enough.
4.
Yeah, I'm more okay with Jackie in this game. Like, I also agree that I didn't like her in X. I was going into this game wanting to hate her. Like, I wasn't. I said before, it's like I don't care what they do with her. It's like I'm always going to dislike her, but they changed my mind with her gameplay. I think she looks really fun and interesting, and the Muay Thai influence is awesome, and the grabs and shit. It's
Yeah.
very Tekken-y. It's very cool that they did that. She's got a lot of unique shit. She has like the Aegis reflector shit. It's really cool. Personality, I can't really tell you. I mean, it's hard to tell uh, without playing the game and seeing the intros and stuff. It's probably the same old Jackie, but yeah, I like her. I like her a lot so far. Head over like it's just a huge improvement over X, and I'm really glad. I'm not. I still wouldn't have her in the game if it was up to me. Like I still wouldn't have brought her back, but it's good that they gave her another chance and improved her a lot. So I'll give her like a 6.
Okay. Jacqui, from like her skins and gear, I haven't looked at her gear or skins other than what they showed us in the combat cast, but I thought she looked better in this game. You know, obviously, as Django said, it's kind of easy to go up from where she was at in X. And I think she looks a lot better. I love her hairstyles in all three of them. I like the jacket one. If I ever played Jacqui, based on what we saw, I would use the one where she has the jacket on. I think that just looks cool. And gameplay wise, I think she really excels. She does a lot of cool shit. I'd like to see more with the shield that she has, but I think that's a cool direction to take. Um, I'm with you. I love the Muay Thai stuff. I love her stance. I think it's just one of the coolest stances in the game, honestly. I think it's just really good looking.
Yeah, it looks so
And
good.
yeah, and she has like cancels and shit that you don't even like. It's like you're not spending bar or anything. You just cancel out of all of her strings, it seems like. So she's going to be really good, I have a feeling. And she does a lot of cool shit. I like the leap in the air, kind of like Cheetah.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. She just has some cool looking gameplay. Like I kind of came around more and more. Some of her grabs and animations and all
Kicks.
that. Yeah, the kicks and just everything. They're doing some cool stuff there. So I don't love her, but I definitely like her in this game. So it's nice. It's a example of a character that didn't have the best showing in the first time, and they brought her back and gave her another chance for whatever reason, and they turned her around. I think she's much more interesting now. Obviously, story and personality is still up in the air. We don't know, but from the story scenes that I saw her in, she looked badass. So I give her credit for that. So hopefully, she has more kind of personality that just really takes charge and does some cool shit, and just really kind of sets herself apart from everybody. So I'd like to see that, and her face looks great in this game. So yeah, I'm interested to see what she does at the very least, and I think her gameplay looks interesting. So, and her fatality was pretty cool. Fatal blow is pretty cool. Yeah, so decent turnaround. I hope they do that with more characters. That's what we've been asking for years. Is the characters that not even just the ones that had bad showings, in the first one, to give them another chance, that were in the 3D era, no less, so had way less of a chance than somebody that debuted in MKX. Bring them into the modern era and give them another chance like they did with Jacqui. But hell, there's still characters that really were really cool in their initial debut that have yet to come back, and Frost is one of them. So, yeah, here we are. But, yeah, so for Jacqui, I give her, so far, like I said, story and personality could change it, but right now I'm going to give her a... I wish I would have seen more of her gear to kind of judge things off of, but overall, I'm gonna go 6.5. All right, next up,
You're a nice guy.
That's what I think of her.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I don't know.
No, I approve. Well done. GG's.
Raiden, and I'm starting this one off. So for Raiden, his designs look really good in this game. Dark Raiden looks fantastic. I love that outfit. I love his classic MK2 inspired one. Looks really, really good. So he's got some good looks in here, and I think his lightning effects look really good. His voice is good. His personality's really interesting in the intros. He has some sick burns and shit going on. So some interesting, back and forth with characters. His gameplay, he's got a lot of cool specials. Like, he's just got some really cool looking gameplay. So overall, I think Raiden looks phenomenal in this game. And when I tried him at the reveal event, I had fun with him. He was one of the ones that I think he was in my top 3 of the ones that I kept going back to him and Baraka. So yeah, I think he's really cool. So overall, I'm curious what he does in story, because they just set up the Dark Raiden thing, but we've seen a lot of Light Raiden recently. I don't know if you guys noticed
That's
that.
true.
Like, in the trailer, there's a lot of trailers. There's a lot of Light Raiden stuff. So it's almost like they're downplaying Dark Raiden. So I don't know
The only Raiden stuff we usually see is like him taking on that army is really kind of it, and like
Yeah, like
him
I'm
marking
worried that
past.
Dark Raiden's only gonna be there at the beginning and then just gone for some reason. Maybe he gets killed off by somebody, or maybe Kronika just obliterates Dark Raiden. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't like I said, I have no idea what happens, but that it's just strange to me that like the first marketing for this game was on Dark Raiden. Everyone was like, "Man, he looks so damn good,"
that's his
and then
primary.
yeah, that's his
Yeah,
primary, and then now it's like we see so little of him. So I wonder why that is. Maybe it's just they're keeping it secret, but we'll see. So yeah, overall Raiden, I give him a uh, I'm gonna say 8.
okay, that's fair.
Down 4.
Yeah, I love Raiden in this game. I've kind of gushed about him in the past on the random select. I think he was the only one I gave an A+. I'm very impressed with him. Like he's kind of what I always wanted out of Raiden. Like I always love Raiden. Like I've said this before, but it's like Raiden is probably close to my top 10 favorite characters ever. Like I really love how they pulled him off in this game. Like, and the first thing, like kind of like Kotal, where he's so tall. He's not like thick, but he's just built very tall and sturdy, and he's kind of lanky. But I like that. I kind of like that. A god is like not supposed to be like super bulky. He's just
Sure.
kind of skinny but tall. I really like that, and he looks great. I think his design is probably my favorite in the whole game. The primary Dark Raiden one. I absolutely love it. His gameplay looks awesome. The red lightning effects are amazing. He looks so much fun. Um, I I just can't ask for more. I can't wait to play him. Him or Shao Kahn is definitely the first character I'm gonna try. I really hope he works out for my playstyle. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Is like, is he gonna work for me? I don't know yet, but I'm gonna try my hardest to make him work because he looks so fucking sick. Um, but other than that, gear wise, he doesn't seem to have the classic hat. I'm really disappointed about that. And the one thing I wanted is like his MK2 red alt color. He doesn't seem to have that either.
That's weird. I thought we
Blue.
saw the red all.
Well, it's like the way, like you know how it is in MK2, where it's like he has the regular outfit, but just the tunic is red.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think he has some like red colors in some other outfits, but not like the exact. I'm picky, but it's just
weird. I don't know. I just thought
yeah.
I could have sworn we saw it before like all of this that he had a red version, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
He could still have one. I'm not sure. It's just he has that alt color in almost every game he's been in. So
Yeah.
for him to not have it in this game, it's really disappointing. And honestly, some of the Injustice 2 gear honestly looks better to me than what he has in this game. So I think I'm just gonna rock the primary. But um, yeah, on I also I really like the staff of emphasis because he's always had the staff and he's never used it that much. And for them to upplay it in this game is really nice. Like his fatal blow is entirely based around the staff. He has staff strings and moves and shit, and I love him. He is fantastic. And I'll give him like a 9.5.
Okay. Django.
Um, I mean, pretty much all of my opinions are the same as D4 had. I think he looks great. I think that he looks right, and he looks right for the first time in a long time. I'm glad that he's big. I like the way that he. I like his whole presence, like the effect that he has when he's standing there and he's feels like Raiden, like he feels like the this god that's there instead of this other dude just hanging around that happens to do electricity shit. Um, I like his obviously. I like the way he's doing staff stuff. He's got a couple Nightwing looking strings in there, which is it's a good call. You're borrowing from a good source. Um, man, he's got he's got some interesting gameplay. I'm he might be one of the characters that I end up touching this game at some point, just because he has some cool looking options, as far as gameplay goes. And obviously the staff doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I'd like to see more people try him. Not many people seem too interested in him yet, but if you guys
Yeah, I mean,
wanted
I
to
feel
try,
like
that'd be cool.
he's got potential. He's got some variety. I hope. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the breadth of his gameplay design. Um, his I mean, his skins and gear do seem a little lackluster. I think it's a thing with Sub-Zero as well. Like they just came out of Injustice, which is another Gear game, and in Injustice, like Sub-Zero had some really great classic shit, really great classic shit.
Yeah.
Not in this game, and Raiden had some really good stuff too. Um, but I think with Raiden, like what is in this game is good. It's just not that much. Um, and I hope that gets buffed over time, and you know I think it will. I hope it will. Um, I also like that he's got some. They made sure to give him like I think very classic looking stuff. Like we saw him early on with like the all white look that you can give him.
Yeah, the MK1.
Yeah, and then but you could also do like the blue. You could turn his stuff his thing blue, and he had like a kind of a trench coat thing going on. But now we're seeing without that, like his more like MK2, really MK4 looking.
Yeah, it reminded me
design.
more of like MK4 or 9
Yeah,
than MK2.
it looks good. He looks good. His gameplay looks interesting. I don't know what else you would want from Raiden. This looks like a really really great Raiden. I'm gonna give him a 8.5.
Okay. And then D4 takes the next one, and that is Baraka.
D4 says he'll be RB.
Okay, go ahead and start off with Baraka then.
Baraka, man, is this dude in the beta? He was good. He was really good and easy and kind of dumb, but you know that's fine. That all kind of works with Baraka, right? That's kind of what was fun about him. Like thematically, everything that he was doing worked. And they added some cool stuff like with the banner and you know this shit that like is dopey and it might be kind of cheap and whatever, but it's I don't know. It kind of, but it felt very in character. It felt thematically fun. And the banner is just it feels kind of exciting and hype whenever he's doing it. I don't know how effective it was because I didn't play him. I don't play such dumb characters, but you know I should because he was good. He was really 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 good. And he looks good. Like come on, everyone knows he looks really good in this game. He was fun. He was another one that was really fun and surprising to see right off the bat too. With Skarlet, like he's like, man, coming out of MKX and he just got wrecked at MKX. It wasn't even like boy, it's like the super jobber, the jobbers of jobbers in that game, and then he's you know great showing here in MK11 so far.
Yeah, the way he just jumps in was so hype. Like the first time we saw
Yeah,
him.
there. This is a good Baraka. Like this is like a lot of characters. Like this is as good of a Baraka as you're gonna get. Yeah, I wish that he had some other looks. I like the staples a lot. I wish he had the staples. The eating the brain fatality is, I guess it works. It's cool or whatever, and it looks great. Like you know this, but the cinematography in this game is good overall. It's really good overall. Really good. So like that's not a big deciding factor either way. He looks good. He looks like fun. You can like you know meter birding his chops is like okay yeah that was a good idea.
I still don't know how to do it.
I'm gonna give Baraka I'll give Baraka an 8.
Nice.
All right, D4.
Yeah, I'm the same with Django. Pretty much, I really like Baraka in this game. It's hard to like find out more things to say about him because he just looks so good. Easily, probably the best he's ever looked. Since MK2 at least, this is the best he's ever looked. I played him in the beta and he was really fun. I didn't really want to use him that much near the end because I kind of got bored of him. He's very simple, but that's fine. I mean, characters need to be basic. There need to be some easy to pick up characters, and he was fun. He has very high damage, and yeah, he's satisfying to play. So I might go back to him at some point. But I did enjoy playing him. Yeah, I just don't. We've talked about him so much and we praised him so much. I think everyone knows at this point. Like we're all pretty much in love with him. So yeah, he's really cool. I'll give him like an 8.5.
8.5.
That was hard.
That's all right. That happens. Okay, so Baraka, yeah, I agree that this is easily the best he's ever looked, in my opinion. Because, yeah, he looked great in MK2 when he first debuted, but man, this is just fucking what the character, like, obviously dealing with what they had back then, a shitty Halloween mask, a Nosferatu mask, or whatever, with
Yeah.
spray painted fake fingernails, and whatnot. Obviously, you can only do so much with the low quality and everything. But this, man, this is what the character should have been all along. I love that he's a beefcake. Oh god, he's just such a beefcake. Oh my god. No, but seriously, he just looks fucking savage. He looks fucking tight, and I love his base attire. Like I like his classic looking one, but man, that one where he's got no tank top on at all, but he's just got like the sash and the loincloth and all that. He looks
Yeah.
fucking boss, dude. Like he just is so cool in this game. I like the war paint that he's got on and all that shit that he has, and that skin that he has. I still haven't seen his other skin, so I don't really know what more there is to it. But yeah, I like that one a lot, and I like a lot of his helmets. I saw like some of his headgear and stuff, and
You see that one with like the horns?
yeah, I thought
Yeah.
fucking like several of them look good. I haven't looked through all of them. I just saw the couple that people were posting. But man, they look
Same.
good. He looks like a badass. I love looking shit and the shredder looking shit. All that stuff just looks really good. Because anytime you hide most of his head and then his eyes are shadowed and then you just have that fucking mouth still visible, he looks really, really cool. So I'm on board. I hope he has some cool like spikes or his blades. I hope he has some
Mhm.
cool other variants because so far his default ones were pretty good and the metal ones are really good. But yeah, I just hope to see some more just that really capture my interest. But yeah, he's really really cool in this game. His gameplay is really cool, and I love his forward knee and all that shit. His forward four. But yeah, it's just so cool. Such a cool character, and this is a perfect example of a character that sits out a game and then when he comes back he's better than ever and they have some fresh ideas for him and they just completely revamp him because I think if he came back in MKX, even just looking at his model in story mode, which obviously didn't have the same love as a playable character, I don't think he'd be nearly as interesting as he is here.
No.
So
Now I kind of want him back for next game. Like
yeah,
it
I
kind
know, and
of.
that's the magic of it. It's like Reptile, Ermac. I love Reptile, and I don't think he needs to sit out. But Reptile, Ermac, Kano, like there's so many of these characters that it's not like we want them gone forever for most of these characters, but just sitting out at least one game can be a godsend. Like a Kung Lao,
Yeah, a
even like
lifesaver.
Kung
Yeah.
Lao might sit out a game, and they come up with all these ideas throughout all those years, and they really find a way to revitalize them. Like Baraka with the flag and everything. Like there's so many cool things that this character does in this game, and I hope in story mode he finally has a show like a cool presence. Some like looking like he's gonna team up with the Kitana and stuff. I don't know if that's for the good side or the bad side or what, but I look forward to it, and I think he just looks really cool, and I hope he's not just a straight jobber, but whatever. He at least design and gameplay, he's got that. So I give him an 8.5 as well.
Cool.
Okay, that's Baraka. Next up is Noob. D4, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll keep it brief since I've talked about Noob a lot already. But yeah, Noob. Overall disappointing for me. I was kind of expecting more. In the gameplay department. He has some cool combos though. Honestly, recently I've seen a lot of cool juggles and shit from him, and he has some cool restand setups with the Ghost Ball. So I'm kind of coming around on the gameplay a little bit. I'm probably not going to touch the pure zoning variation. That doesn't seem like my type of thing. But he's very swaggy, at least I'll say that. I also saw some of his gear. Some of his gear is some of the better in the game so far. I think is like he has some really cool helmets. I wasn't really expecting them to put in.
Yeah,
He has this
agreed.
fancy looking, yeah, he has this fancy looking night one, and that looks good. And he has his MK9 mask, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far like he just looks good. I was disappointed because of like the breakdown didn't show me much. I feel like the trailer explained more about Noob than the breakdown did, and it just was more of the same from MK9, which is still disappointing to me. But he's not as bad as I thought after seeing some of the other characters. Um, so I'll give Noob. Oh well, I will say I don't like the voice either. I forgot about that. I really don't like the voice.
Why can't you just love everything for once?
I'm sorry. It's just I really wish it was the 9 guy. Um, but I like that bit in the launch trailer today too with Sub Zero. That was cool. Um, addressing him as his brother. That was
Right.
nice. Even though it was like a smug way, he was like being a dick. But that's what Noob should be. He's a fucking dick. So
He's a dick.
I'll give him like um I'll give him like a 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, 6. Okay, 6.5. So Django, you're next.
This dude looks tight. This dude
Hey, you're not allowed to say that.
might have what?
None of us are black on this show. We can't say that word.
Whoa.
Tight?
Yeah.
Damn it.
According
went
to our
back and-
according to our YouTube comment. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
This dude looks really sick. This dude looks
There you
really
go. That's rad.
pimp.
No. See,
This
that's
dude
you're
is
losing it.
a bala.
No, you've gone down a path here. I don't know if I can follow you, Anakin.
This dude's real tight.
All right, sure. Just stick with that. I think you've probably proved a point better than I ever could. You start throwing around more words. Tight is good enough. Just stick with that. You're good.
Tight. All right, listen. Okay, this guy's tight. He is. It sounds like in the best of ways. They don't give a fuck with Noob this time. He's go as nutty with Noob as you can, and just over the top. He's an asshole, and he's loving it. And that's reflected in everything, in his gameplay, in his appearance, in his attitude. His voice is so over the top, dumb edgelord that it's okay. It's fine because that's what this dude is. And like I said, that's great because he loves it. He might have some of the best gear in the game. He's in the running.
Yeah, he's up there.
He's got I wish Sub-Zero just like, can I give Sub-Zero some of these skins? Just look, I don't even care. Like they look good, and Sub-Zero's looks like shit. They don't look shit. They're just really, well, yeah, Noob's got some great ones, and obviously his masks are just, man. He's got some really great masks.
He's got some Bloodborne shit.
He's got Bloodborne shit. He's got Dark Souls shit. He's got that Lords of Cinder shit. He's got good shaders too that help him do all this shit. Like it wasn't an accident that those things are in the game. You can tell. They just went nuts. They had fun with him. I'm gonna try him. Might have some Sub-Zero and Noob, shit going on. Have a pocket Noob. He's got that variation Dark Sabbath. Like, come on, man.
That is a sick variation name.
It sounds good. It sounds fun. I got that sickle teleport thing. I like that thing. His clone running around is sick. That throw, man. I love that fucking back throw he has with the fucking clones up there hanging onto their leg. It's too good.
Oh, the round Wimpas too, where he picks them up.
Oh yeah, that one. I haven't seen that one in the finished version.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I need to check it out. Yeah, whatever. Noob's tight, and I like his voice. His voice is sick. I'm gonna give Noob a 9.
Okay. Let's see. Noob.
What can I say about Noob?
Yeah. So I like Noob as a character. I think he's in my top 15. It's just, here's my problem with Noob. He's just, like with MK9, Noob was one of the sickest characters in that game. Like his trailer was easily the best trailer that any character got. And they did so many cool things with him that they didn't do before that he really just kind of impressed me a lot in that game. And then I figured since he sat out from MKX and what we saw with Baraka, that they gave him so much new shit and kind of a new coat of paint on him, that I figured we'd get that, and some of the other characters, and it's like Skarlet, etc. I figured that's what we had to look forward to. And I feel like he's just didn't really. It's like Noob 9 in MK 9.5. You know, like I just feel like it didn't. He didn't get upgraded as much as I would have liked. It just feels like more of the same. I've said this before, where it's like Noob in MK9 was Iron Man 1. It just impressed everybody out of nowhere. I mean, not out of nowhere. Noob's obviously a cool character and he always has been, but it just like he just captured you, and it's like, wow, here's what all the buzz was about. Whereas Noob in this game, I feel like I can too. Like, to me, it was like more of the same of what we just saw, and they didn't really go as crazy with it. Now, that's what I thought before the gear, so I will clarify that. Now that I've seen his gear, I love all the masks and helmets and all that shit that he has. I think he has, I agree with Down 4 that he has some of the coolest gear in the entire game. He's got so many cool masks that if I ever did play Noob, I would use some of that shit, because that's what I wanted from Noob. I wanted
Yeah.
Noob to have more obscure shit. I wanted him to have the creepy shit, the thing that goes bump in the night, the fucking shadow that's, standing in the corner of your room and you're wondering, what the fuck is that? What is that in my closet? Like, what's under my bed? Like, that's fucking Noob to me. He should be this fucking creepy ass wraith. Not like Devora creepy, but he should be like legitimately unnerving, and
Yeah.
like he should look intimidating. And I do not look that his default look to me does not look intimidating. I see a hat that's hanging down that looks kind of goofy to me. The mask
I
is
did
all
want to
right.
ask, is the hat tied to the masks or
Yeah, it's
the
all
skin?
one. It's all one.
Okay, gotcha.
So like whatever is on his face and his head, it's all one piece basically.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's cool. So now you can change that. Like, I don't need to use that hat if I don't want, because I didn't really have a problem with his attire, like what he's wearing on the rest of his body. It was just that. So man, he has some cool ass fucking gear. So I love that. His gameplay still is a little, you know, underwhelming, I guess. It just seems, like I said, a little safe, I guess. They kind of played it safe and gave you exactly what he had in MK9 for the most part. And then they added the sickle, which is cool, and it's a callback to Shaolin monks with the Shadow Warriors, the Brotherhood of the Shadow. They had sickles just like that, and they would throw them around, and it had the same kind of effects. So that's a cool little callback to that. He had the Wraith and MK4 and all that, with sharing that with Reiko. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish they did a little bit more with him move wise, like special move wise, that really kind of, I don't know, just I get, like I said, just more creativity. I really like the characters that they really got creative with, be it fatalities or whatever. Speaking of fatalities, we saw his fatality, his first one, I thought was really badass. That's easily a top 10, if not top
It's
5. Yeah,
it's
that's
top 5 for me.
yeah. For me, it's tough. I don't. It might just be right outside of the top 5, but it's a damn good one. Super tight, some horror shit with the hand coming out of the mouth and everything. But and his second fatality was not as cool. But yeah, this character, I just like. Even though I think he could have been better, it's not like he's bad. He's just, my complaints with him is that they didn't go far enough. They didn't like go creative enough. But I love his gear. I will say though, his shadow clone is underwhelming. His gear item for a shadow clone is a bandolier, and you just change the bandolier, and that's all you can change. I would have liked to change the shadow clone itself, like to turn it into all sorts of beasts and monsters and creepy looking things. Like, just keep it shadow. I want an all black one. I want one that's just like made of pure black material all over, where it's just like shadowy and has more of like a wispy effect for the whole
Yeah.
thing rather than like a solid object looking thing. So yeah, I would have liked more of that, but I understand why they didn't do that, because that would have been a lot more for them to create. That's basically creating different models for every little thing that he has, every different shadow clone that he had. But yeah, so that's disappointing. But overall, though, I think he's still solid, and his gameplay looks cool. Some of the combos he has are cool, and his ghost ball is really cool. I like that move a lot. So overall, I give him. I'm gonna give him a. I'm gonna say 7.5.
That's better than I thought.
I mean, like I said, that gear was a big turnaround, because, like I
Yeah.
said, my biggest complaint, other than the gameplay not being as unique or creative as I would have hoped. It was really just like I said, that hat was just not doing anything for me. It just really felt weird. And his voice, I don't mind so much. I think hearing it in trailers, like in the launch trailer and everything, they
Mhm.
dialed that down a little bit. It's less grunty. Like it's got a little bit less of that. "Urgh." It's more like whispery now, kind of, as Temp said, I believe. And I with that launch trailer that I watched today, I got that a little bit more. It's
He
still,
definitely sounded better.
yeah, it doesn't sound exactly as I want, like the MK9 kind of version, but it sounds better. So yeah, overall 7.5, and that's mostly on just him having a cool design and some gameplay and stuff. So I'm curious what he does in story mode. That's for sure. I didn't see his intros or outros yet. I bet those are badass.
I saw them. They are pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, I did see that intro where he has like the fucking like the he's jumping through all the portals and shit.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was tight.
That is tight.
Okay, so that's Noob. So now we have Scorpion. That's me. So Scorpion, man, and Scorpion's never looked better. I honestly think he, just from design standpoint, he has a lot of badass masks that I really like, and his skin's pretty good. The gameplay never been better. He looks fucking cool using his sword and his kunai in a way that he should have used in forever ago. So I love that shit. And the fire effects on his body, as I've explained before, like the X-ray looking effect with the fire glowing inside of him, looks really really cool. The Misery Blade is just a cool special. He's a pain in the ass to fight against when you fight a really
Oh
really
yeah.
good one though. But yeah, Misery Blade as a concept is really cool. And yeah, I just love what they're doing with this character. As like I said, I was never really that interested in Scorpion. I liked him, but he's never been a favorite of mine. Never been top 10 for me. He's just kind of, he's the guy that gets the attention, whereas Sub Zero is the one that I'm really interested in. I'm not big into fire as an element, as I've said. But yeah, this time they did it really, really well. So I dig him in this game. I enjoyed my time with him in the stress test, and I had a lot of fun with him. I don't know if I'll ever play him in the main game, but I played.
You played a
Yeah,
lot.
I had nearly like it was like 177 matches or something crazy like that, in just the stress
I
test
think there was
alone.
probably more.
Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was, yeah. It was, well, yeah, you're right. It was over 200, but um, I put in like 30 hours with him already, so it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I've given him a lot of time. So I love him. I thought he was really cool. So for me, I give Scorpion. Um, I'm gonna say 8.5.
That's a good. That's a good score.
Down four.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I feel like he's like the Liu Kang type, where it's like you can't do better than this. Well, I feel like maybe you can. Maybe they can think of some cool shit, but this is such a ground for them to even improve on him more because the kunai stuff is just the sickest shit ever. And I love the demon dash shit too, like where like you're saying where he shows his like skeleton inside of
Yeah,
him. It's so cool. Way better than X. I really didn't like that demon shit he had in X. It was so lame.
yeah,
This
agreed.
is this is easily the best Scorpion. His design's great. I wish the one thing I wish he had in gear is his MK4 outfit or the Deadly Alliance outfit. Something
Yeah, that'd
he's
be
had
nice.
before.
Yeah,
He does not have the MK3 outfit from the trailer. That
strange.
kind of yeah, that kind of sucks. Because he has a lot of cool masks, but like he does have an MK4 esque mask, but without an outfit to go with it. They did do one thing I wanted, which is gave him an orange alt color costume for his retro ish costume. So I was happy with that. I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna use
that's
that.
cool.
So they did do something I wanted. So that's cool. Yeah, and they apparently buffed his chain stuff. So I'm excited to try that. I'm more willing to try him again now that I know he's different
Yeah,
and that stuff's better. So yeah, I'm very happy with Scorpion. I really like the new voice actor too. Um, yeah, he's really sick. What score did you give him?
I give him an 8.5.
I'll give him that too. I think he deserves it. He's really awesome.
Django.
Yeah, this is a great showing for Scorpion. A great Scorpion. Um, I betas, um, because Sub Zero wasn't there, but he was good, and I had fun with him. And thematically, visually, all the stuff that they did with him, like you guys said, it works really really well. I like his new design. I like his retro design too. I like it a lot. I like it better than Sub-Zero's.
Yeah, me too.
Man, he's got some great masks. He's got some really, really, really great masks.
Yeah.
I like his new voice actor, and I really like the rope dart stuff. The stuff that you guys talked about. I use that pretty much all through the betas. I use those moves.
Yeah, I love those ones.
Um,
Those are the ones I originally tried out because that's the shit I wanted him to do the whole time.
and they're fun because it's weird. They're just like weird. Like you can catch people off guard with it a lot of the times. Um, it's just really different from anything he's had and stuff like that. But it's cool. He's cool. I don't know what else you would want from Scorpion except for those UMK3, like the UMK3 costumes, or that, like, seeing one from, I would, for him especially, I'd rather see the MK4 or Deception one.
Yeah.
That would be really, really, really fun for him. um I'll give Scorpion an 8. He's good.
All right. Let's see. Next up, we have working our way up, Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage. That is. We're gonna get back to what we kind of changed order there. Django, take over that one.
I am not a Johnny Cage expert. So the Johnny Cage that I saw in this game was his primary, the older Johnny Cage look. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either. But I like what Johnny Cage is doing, so it kind of evens it out. I love fucking when his stunt double that runs in and does all that shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
His fatality is really good. It's stupid good. The reference and all that shit is really nice. Um, he's got some goofy stuff in his moves. They did push him really far, like the camera stuff and all that stuff. I don't hate it though. It's just but it is goofy. They're definitely pushing him a little further than they ever have before, which I understand them wanting to do.
A little
Throwing the
more
glasses, that's fucking fun.
That is tight.
And he seems good from what I can tell. And Johnny Cage players that I've heard talk about him seem interested, unless I'm, not listening well enough. I think I am. Tim talks about him a lot. Yeah,
His
he's
pressure seems
interesting.
good.
And he looks good. Yeah, dude, boy. Whew. I think this character's gonna be good in this game. I'm gonna give Johnny. Man, he's got some good gear. Like the classic Johnny stuff looks good. The weird Johnny stuff looks good, like from the 80s and shit, the early 90s. That stuff is just looks fun. And obviously, he's got some of the best intros in the game. No surprising.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
No
We're getting
surprising.
there.
It's late, yeah.
No surprising. No surprising. Johnny gets a 8.
Okay.
That's good.
D4.
Yeah, I'm the same exact way. I think Johnny is amazing in this game. He's hilarious. More fourth wall breaking stuff, but that's okay. I think the MKX voice actor is doing a lot better job in this time around. His model just in general looks so much better compared to X. Like his X model's so shitty compared to this.
Yeah.
Like he looks fantastic in this game. Just design, gameplay, personality. I love his second fatality a lot because it's like it's a torso rip, and at the same time it references like the MK4 ending, and it's hilarious too because it changes. That was random, but like I just thought of that.
Huh.
Like gameplay wise, I like that he has pressure options. He's very Johnny Cage still. They didn't change him too much, but they still gave him some new shit. They like the ninja mime thing and the glasses throw and all that. Like he's doing some new stuff. It's cool, and his shadows look great. I really wish he had the red shadows. That's the one big disappointment. But other than that, I'm very happy with him. Yeah, he's just fantastic.
He's
Can't say much more.
fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. I'll give him like an 8.
Okay. I think Johnny's fucking awesome in this game, and I am so happy that he breaks the fourth wall constantly. I think that is a great concept for this character. If you're gonna have a Deadpool in the game, give it to Johnny Cage. It makes so much sense because there's a reason for it. It's pretending like everything that's going on is just a movie set, which I think is a fucking amazing idea. Like when I'm talking about creativity, when I talked about before with some of these characters either being creative or not creative, Johnny Cage, they are super creative. Just when you think they ran out of ideas for this character between MK9 and MKX, they knocked it out of the park with this character in this game. It's a grand slam. They took this character in a direction that I didn't even think was possible. I was like, he doesn't need to be base roster. He could be DLC or whatever. No, it's fucking great that he made it base roster because he just brings such a fun quality to this game, the humor, and it's done in such a great way. Everything from like his win animation or his round animations where he's backing up and he bumps his head into a boom mic and it's just like he's like what the fuck, like come on, and then shit like that, and where he's just like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, weird shit like that. His fatality, they both are fantastic. I love his first one, the triple head decap callback. Then you have the torso rip callback. So it's just they did so well with this character in this game. I'm forgetting some of the his round animation where he's playing with the toy, and his win animation where he's playing with the Johnny Cage doll. When he does the he signs the photo, or he doesn't sign the photo, he signs the camera lens as if it's like he's signing your TV screen, basically. Yeah. That's fucking awesome. There's one where he's doing an arm workout, like he's lifting a dumbbell, but it's his award, and he's saying he's at 100, like the Ron Burgundy thing. Like, man, they did so much with this fucking character. He's just oozing personality. He doesn't stop there. He has gear and skins, and they look fucking awesome. Some of the best in the game. The skins with the tank top, the old like early 90s look, that shit is fucking cool. The Ninja Mime one just is super great. Way better than X. X looks like a pile of shit compared to this thing. His jacket, he's got every fucking his MK9 attire.
Classic.
Yeah, he's got so much in this game, and it's just so cool. And his gameplay looks fun. He's throwing straight force balls for like the first time since MK1, I feel like. It's insane. It's insane the love that they put into this character. And in story mode, he looks like he's a fucking blast. His douchey younger self is fucking looking himself up, IMDb'ing himself or whatever. And he's just, and he's reckless, and he's like acting ridiculous, and he gets shot in the side of the face and gets a scar, and his old one is thinking he's gonna die because of his young stupid one makes the slightest mistake, they're both dead. It's insane. They are doing so well with this character, the nut shot, everything. His intros are the best in the game, bar none. Just fucking great. 10 out of 10. Johnny Cage. Damn. Sonya Blade is next.
How do you follow up that?
I don't know, man. He's fucking, like I said, he was the earliest character that I was like, okay, that's a character I might want to play. So he was the first kind of feeling I had of that. And I don't know if I'll ever get there because now I have some characters, but I might. He just looks like so much fun.
You're right, though. They rolled out the form in this game.
And that's the thing is, like I said at the beginning, like they did well with him in 9. They did well with him in X to some degree. And I was just like, I don't know if it gets any better than this for this character. He might have peaked. And they just like fucking went. They just somehow went above and beyond what I even thought was capable with this character. It's insane, man. It's just absolutely insane. Every part of him is amazing. Story, intros, outros, fatalities, designs, gameplay. It's all there. The perfect package. It's insane. But anyways, Sonya Blade, I believe you are up, D4.
Okay. I really like Sonya in this game. She's cool. Gameplay-wise, I'm impressed with her. A lot of people complain that her classic stuff isn't in like her leg grab and shit, but I don't really mind that. I don't feel like a lot of those moves were like very Sonya specific. The one thing I would have brought back is like the upwards bicycle kick.
Yeah.
And in maybe the perfume or something, but it's like there's not very many that I feel like she really needs. I feel like basing her more around like MMA and martial arts and shit is the way to go. I still don't like the drone shit she has. That's pretty lame. But overall, I'm very happy with what they did with her because I want to play her now. It's like I played Sonya in a lot of games. I liked her in MK3, Deadly Alliance, MK9. Um, so I'm happy I want to play Sonya again because I hated her in X, and she just looks really good in this game. I don't like Ronda as a voice actress. I think that's the biggest, like, what the fuck. That's kind of what. That's really disappointing that they chose her, um, kind of like as a publicity stunt. Like I don't know,
Hmm.
but other than that, I'm very happy with her. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say. It's Sonya. I'm happy she looks good this time. I'll give her like 7.5.
Okay. Django.
Um, this is Sonya.
Sonya it is.
Hmm. I I don't hate Sonya in this game. So they're doing something good. I like the way that she looks. I like the way that she's ended up looking. I agree with the D4. I don't like the way she sounds. I feel like that was a weird choice doing Ronda Rousey. It's like, I mean, I get it from a publicity standpoint, but it's like, you're both blondes that punch people in the face. Cool, you
Yeah.
guys should work together. Um, no. And I hear it. It's really easy to hear. Like, okay, this person that is not an actor that's doing her. It's okay, and whatever, they're making it work, but sort of. But man, no, you can hear it, especially when she's talking to other people. But whatever. Um, her her gameplay is cool. I really like her fatal blow. Um, she does a lot of cool things with her gameplay. Her orange intro smoke aside, it's still, I'm not the only one that talks about it. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, whatever, it's fine. I can't remember any of her intros. I'm trying to think of some, but they're not really memorable. But I guess that might be
She
in
comes
character
in
for
from
some
like
too.
a helicopter ladder, I think.
Well, I mean, like her dialogues and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
don't know.
I don't remember any of her exchanges.
There's
Um,
some with Johnny that I remember, but I can't think of them up. Like I remember like a part of it, but I don't remember the whole thing.
yeah, there was one with the vasectomy.
Yeah.
Which cool. Um, but yeah, but I don't dislike her. I like the way that she looks on screen. I like the way that I like her combo stuff. I like it better. I think I like it better than it was in MKX. Because she had the drone stuff and all that. Um, I feel like this is a better version of that sort of idea. And I also like her. I like her gear. I like the different options she's got for her classic stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but it's also funny to me because in a lot of it, she still kind of looks like a mom,
Yeah.
which which is fine. That's
I
cool
kind
because
of like that.
yeah. Um,
You
I
don't
so
have you don't have
go ahead.
very many older women in like fighting games and shit, so it's kind of cool
No, mm-mm.
to have one kicking
Um,
ass.
the kind of it feels like they brought over a little bit of that Black Canary vibe for her,
Yeah, a
which
little bit.
fits. Um, I like the way that she looks. I like the way that she looks while she's fighting. I like the way that her gameplay design looks. I like her gear. For like as far as Sonya goes, like she looks like a really good Sonya. So I'm gonna give her a 6.5.
Okay. Sonya isn't doing a whole lot for me, honestly. Out of the Cage family, she should have been the one that sat out. I think you could have still had her in story mode as an NPC playing like a just in the cutscenes, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like between Johnny being as good as he is here and then the dad and daughter dynamic of Cassie being kind of the new Sonya mixed with Johnny with the attitude and stuff. But I don't know. Sonya just felt like that one, and I still kind of feel that way. If I had to drop one of them, it would be Sonya. And not that it's all bad. Like, I like the way her model looks is great, and I haven't looked through her gear, so I don't know what's in there. I've seen her with like Johnny sunglasses and stuff like that, so I don't know to what extent, I don't even know what her customized options are, like the actual pieces of gear that you customize. But yeah, so I don't really know a whole lot in that front. But I mean, she looks okay. Her gameplay's not really my style, so I don't really have too much to say on that. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Sonya as a character. For the longest time, Sonya was a favorite of mine. I think it's because of the MK movie and stuff. So
Okay.
I always liked the character, but she's just one that I feel like needs to sit out, like a Kano and
Definitely.
etc. So I just didn't see anything in here that really changed my mind that she needed to be in this game. So yeah, I don't know. She's just kind of there. So I give her um, I'd give her a 4.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen so little of her compared to everybody else, so that's so weird. I don't know
Yeah,
why. So maybe that's why it's hard for me to judge because I feel like it could be one of those scores that could go higher the more I see, but I just like it's so weird to me. I've barely seen any of her.
they haven't shown her too much.
And yeah, she was the one that I played least. I think her and Geras were the ones that I played least at the event. I think I tried them both maybe once, and that was it.
Dang.
Um, I actually don't mind her voice too much, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't fit her, but I don't mind Ronda Rousey's performance. I just don't think it's fitting of Sonya. I feel like Sonya should be a bit more commanding and bitchy. Ronda's a little dry.
I can see that.
Let's see. Moving on to Cassie, though. Let's see. This one's me starting. Okay, so for Cassie, I like Cassie in this game. I think her designs. She has some good designs, some that are over designed. The Mass Effect stuff, I'm like, whoa, that's a little.
Yeah.
It's a little overkill, but I guess you kind of have to go that route. Otherwise, she's going to look just like Sonya. If she just dresses in Sonya gear, like the military gear. You could have gone more casual, but then it's like, then you're more Johnny or some of the other human. I don't know. It's just, she's in kind of like a tough spot where I don't necessarily know what they should do with her gear, or her overall attires. But she has some that look good with the jacket and stuff, so I don't mind all of them. And her base one with just kind of like the plate, like whatever that is, that just kind of base light armor or
Plate
whatever.
armor.
Yeah, exactly. I think that looks good. I'm perfectly fine with that. Her hairstyles all look good. I think her face is one of my favorite of the game. I still think
I
she
think
just
it's
looks,
the best.
Yeah, she still looks so fucking good. Just modeled so well. It reminds me of like Poison Ivy and Injustice. I was really a big fan of that face, and I just feel like this one is that. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably the best one. But yeah, and then so design wise, it's great. She has some great intros. I love the double guns and everything. I think that's such a tight intro, and the cup with mocap on it or whatever it
Yeah,
says.
mocap mocha.
Mocap mocha. Like she's got a lot of like cutesy things. She's being kind of a in her more teenage years, kind of, or the early 20s, where she's doing little things, blowing bubbles and that kind of shit. So I think that's cool. It gives her a lot of personality, which I love. And yeah, so she's got some cool stuff. Some on the gameplay side, I know a lot of people don't like the drone. Maybe it shouldn't be there at all times, but I actually think the drone really fits Cassie more than anybody else in this entire game. Like I think like a drone for Cassie to me is more fitting than a drone for Sonya.
Oh
And
yeah, definitely.
yeah, I just like when I think of today's technology and what kids are into, and I'm like, and I think of like this cute little flying blobby drone that's circular and it looks harmless and innocent. It's like it's like the whatever the fucking thing from that. What's that movie Flubber with Robin Williams, like that round drone that flies in the air that's like has a female voice. Like I think that should be this drone. It should do little cute little beeps like beep boop boop, and it's just like maybe on a display where it's showing like a heart or something, like it's showing emotion through that, like just basic shit like that. I think that should be this relationship. It's Cassie and the drone, and I think that drone is probably going to die in story mode if it is in story mode, and it's going to sacrifice itself for one of the characters, and it's going to have a death scene where you're like, oh god, the fucking drone, and she's clutching it into his in her arms, and then she, don't die on me, don't die on me. I'll change your batteries when we get home. Don't you do this. I'll put you in a bag with just rice. We'll get through this. We'll get through. And it's gonna be one of the saddest things we see in story because we're gonna be so fucking attached to this little drone. It's like a little doggy that's flying and floating without any legs. It's just a torso. I think, yeah. Oh, sorry, I got carried away, but I think it's fitting of the character, and I like a lot of the moves that she has with it. I like that she like drives her opponent's face into it. Like she does some kind of interesting things with it. The drone like hits her opponent in the nuts, cool shit like that. So yeah, I think it fits her personality and her character to have that. I guess is to wrap that up in my point. I'm curious what she does in story. You know, her and Jacqui being badasses in story mode. I thought I'm digging it so far. I don't want the entire story mode to be about the human characters and the combat kids or any of that shit. If they play, you know, if like a fourth of the story is their story arc to tell, that's fine. That's fine. Give them a fourth of the story, but do not make it all about him because I do not want to relive MKX. But yeah, she looks cool. Looking forward to it. Be a badass. Have some cool moments. And yeah, and she has great intros with her dad.
She does.
So overall, I give her. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think really what she could use is a little bit better, you know, skin options, but maybe they're there and I just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, she could have some better shit. We
Sure.
haven't seen completely everything yet.
But yeah, her personality and stuff like that, I think, is really what's driving it for me. But all right, D4, you are next.
Yeah, positive. I think her design is good, like you were saying. I really do like the ponytail. Like, she looks more like Sonya in this game than she did in X. Like, when you go back and look at the X compared to this, like, it looks so awful compared to how she looks now. She looks great in this game, honestly. Uh, I'm that if it's mostly the gameplay that bothers me. It's not so much her design. If her gameplay impressed me more, I'd actually be more willing to play her. But they did redesign her heavily from MKX, which I
Yeah.
kind of expected considering she used run in a lot of her combos and shit in X. And she got some of her stuff back. She still uses a shadow kick and stuff in some moves, and she can like fly across the screen with it and shit. Um, I don't like that she has a shoulder charge that's kind of like too Nightwolfy for me. Um, yeah.
Oh
The
shit!
drone
One
is
thing. Sorry, I
gone.
both of her fatalities are fucking tight.
Oh yeah, you love those. Like
Yeah,
even
I swear that just fucking the little heart that she makes just looks so cute, and
the
the
smooch.
yeah, it's just I think that's just good. But the gun one where she just starts running at her opponent, shooting them up the middle, and you're like, where's this going? And then she kicks them in the nuts, and their fucking spine with their head and everything pops out. I just still that makes me laugh. That's gonna be one of those that I don't think I'm gonna get tired of. It's so quick too.
Yeah, I wish we had gotten your reaction to it because you were like laughing your ass off when you saw that
Yeah,
for the first time. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm not as impressed by it as you are, but I still think it's funny. Like, it's so out of the blue. Um, yeah, Cassie's not bad. It's just like the drone, pretty much. It's just I wish it wasn't hovering around her constantly,
sure.
and I do think she looks boring, like a character I don't really want to use.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't mean either.
yeah. Personality, she's okay. The voice actress, she's all right. Like, she's not bad. It's just it's a little too like poppy sometimes and just too like spunky. I don't know. She's trying too hard. I feel
Hmm.
at certain points, but I'll get used to it. I like that Scorpion intro she had, where she wants to use the spear or whatever. I can't
Right.
remember exactly what she says, but it was cute. Um, yeah, her fatals are good too. I do like the shadow kick one. It's a slight reference to the Johnny's first fatal in MK1 in the Super Nintendo version, where it was altered. Uh, but other than that, I don't have too much to say. Um, I do hope like in story mode, she isn't as like buff as she was in X because in X like she had the biggest plot armor of all time. Like that that already made me dislike the character in a way because Shinnok's one of my favorites and her defeating Shinnok was bullshit to me. So yeah, I'm expecting her to be toned down a bit in this game. Maybe she won't be as big of a deal or focus. I think maybe she might be the first chapter. I don't know. I thought I heard that
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think they confirmed that in the interview back when they talked about story or whatever. I don't even remember, but yeah, I remember that
Okay.
being confirmed of the people that got to see story at that, like when they brought them to the studio and all that.
Yeah.
That was the case. Um, okay, your rating?
Yeah, but overall, I'd probably give her like uh, a 5. That seems about right.
Okay. Yeah, I think if I were to compare her to Jacqui, because I mean they're both the combat kids we have in this game. I feel like Cassie has all the personality and like charm to her, I guess, so far,
Hmm.
and Jacqui has the more interesting gameplay though. Like if I had to play one of the two, I'd rather play Jacqui.
Oh yeah, I'd choose Jackie any day of the week over Cassie.
So I'm hoping that both of them kind of their strengths and weaknesses. I hope they're where they're weak at. I hope they, when it's all said and done, I hope they kind of jump up a bit. I'd like to see Jacqui have a lot of personality shown in her intro because I haven't seen like any of her intros or anything. So see more in her intros and her second fatality, which I hate. Or wait, no, we saw both of her fatalities. So see it in her
Cassie's, yeah.
Jacqui, I think too,
Oh,
when she was
Jackie's.
first
Oh,
announced. Yeah.
did we see her second one?
Well, we saw one with the shield that has the heart beating. What was the other one? I thought.
We might have seen it. Oh, it's the one where she like attaches the bombs and then blows them. With that like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not a big
yeah,
fan of that one.
that one was whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, no. I just more personality from Jacqui is necessary. More cool moments where she like a badass in story. So I think I hope she has a great showing there because I think that's really what her weak point is. And then with Cassie, I hope that in her gameplay she has some more interesting stuff that we just haven't seen. Some things that make you want to play her a little bit more.
Um,
So,
yeah.
and it looks like Django's power went out, so not much we can do about that. Just so everybody knows. Thankfully, we got through most of the episode here. So 1 second. All right, we have Django back, and we are gonna kick back up with Cassie. So Django, your thoughts on Cassie, sir?
Sup? She looks really good in this game. Hot take, right? She looks super good. She's cute too, man. She's a looker. Um, she looks annoying to fight too. I've said this about a bunch of characters. I'm not looking forward to fighting her. She's gonna have some bullshit. I think she already has some bullshit from what I've seen. That drone's gonna be a problem, but it's beyond that, her gameplay looks good. It looks like a better version of what she had in MKX, and I liked what she had in MKX. And I liked her personality in MKX. Um, yeah, I think that they brought her back and cranked her up, and they just did a better job of her, like they have so many other characters in this game. I would give Cassie an 8 easy.
Wow, that's really high.
Yeah, it is high. It's an 8.
Okay. Yeah. Just so you're aware of what we rated him or her when since you dropped out, I gave Cassie 7.5 and D4 gave her a 5.
Wow, you guys are okay.
7.5? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, listen. That is the
Look, you
diplomatic
gave
answer.
Jacqui a 1. You tanked her
Yeah,
score.
that's
You
true.
can't talk,
Yeah,
dude.
God, that character's
She's
ass.
got several redeeming qualities, and you just shit on her.
Yeah,
All right, well, let's move on. You just like,
I,
yeah,
you know,
Just, what
I was generous.
the fuck is wrong with
Mhm.
you, dude? All right, we're moving on. Jax. So, Jax, this one is D4s to start.
Jax is sick. He looks fucking tight. He's got some sick ass shit. The MK3 missiles, the fucking gotcha grab slam looks so goddamn good. The quad slam is awesome. He's got chain grabs. And they said he has a just frame on that. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Um, but he doesn't need it to capitalize on damage. It still does a shit ton. Uh, he looks fucking tight. I love how they redesigned him and shit. Like, the heated up a mechanic is fucking awesome. Um, yeah, he looks like Jax. Like, his face looks awesome. He's got purple pants in gear, which I really wanted.
Yeah, he does.
Like, and he has multiple purple pants. Like, it's not just the one. He's got more MK3 one than like just camo like purple pants. It looks so good. He's got the beard and the young skin, man. Everything looks good about Jax. He looks fucking tight. I'll give him like 8.5.
Okay. 8.5. Django.
Man, Jax is really sick in this game, and that is never a character that I'm hype about whenever I hear, oh, Jax in the game, cool. But when they showed him, man, it's like, dude, this is a sick character. They did a really great job with Jax. I love Jax. Everything, like his animations, the stuff that he does, his fucking face in this game is sick ass. His beard, dude. He's got the best beard in this game.
Dude, he does. He does.
His beard is sick. The like D4 said, the getting heated mechanics, that shit with his arms is it's cool. It's gonna suck to fight, but it is cool. Man, he's got the cheapest shit too, like carrying you to the corner and shit,
Yeah.
and like throwing you into the corner, and there's no knockdown, so it's just like he can keep up the pressure. Man, this dude is gonna be a fucking problem. His crushing blows, come on, man. His fatal blow is tight.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, the fucking the eyebrow with the grenade launcher, dude. He's got one of my favorite fatalities in the game because it's fast. He just like knocks you back towards him and punches you in half, and that's it. Like, it's sick. And I really like his animations. I love his idle pose. I love all the like, the whatever, the bob and weave shit he does. It all looks great.
Shit.
It all looks they did a great job with Jax. I give Jax 9.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Jax is
and the arms. They brought his old arms back. Old arms, and they look good, and the new arms, and all, like, that's a really important part of the character, obviously, and they did a good job there. Sorry, I forgot that. It's important.
No, yeah, the arms are great. I love the classic arms there. He was great in the trailer. His model looks fantastic. His face looks tremendous. Like the old man Jax with the beard and everything just looks awesome. His moves and his gameplay is probably the most interesting to me Jax has ever looked. I love the heat up mechanic and all the crap that he's got in the grenade launcher, and he's bopping people and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and he's got his own kind of like mechanic that's built in just for him, and I love that. I love that he has his own unique mechanic in that regard. So yeah, I think he looks great in this game. His outfits seem pretty cool from what I've seen, and yeah, like I said, he's got some cool arm options, and I look forward to seeing what he does in story mode and what role he plays. But yeah, overall, I think he looks really, really impressive. I was highly impressed by Jax. I give him an 8.
Okay. Was there any like just bare arm option for Jax?
I don't know if I've seen that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it would be weird, I guess, with the heat up mechanic and all that, but
his arms are just molten.
I was hoping he would do the MK2, but yeah, the heated up thing kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's understandable though. At least what he's got is good. It looks really good.
All right. Next up is Frost. Django.
Spoilers.
Yeah, you should. Oh.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you would start.
Well, I've just been going in the same order that we have the whole time.
Okay.
Boy.
Plus, I figure we get the most negative out of the way.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe. I don't know. She's bittersweet. There's no doubt about that.
Sure.
I've talked about it elsewhere, but I wanted both. I didn't mind her being a cyborg as long as it was both. Especially because how this game is, and one thing versus another thing. Like we saw it with Jax is a good example. You had like old Chronica Jax and young Jax, and I think that kind of thing would have been really fun with Frost. But that's not the direction they went with her. She is a cyborg through and through, no doubts about it. No, not cyborg version of her from anything that we can tell at all. And as disappointing as that is, and I mean, and her gear options, there is a lot of disappointment there too, because I would again like some more like stuff that the throwback that looks like actual ninja stuff. There's a little bit in there, but overall, there's not that much. And yeah, appearances like I don't love it, except for the head. She has a good head. I wish it stayed attached. But besides it not doing that, everything from the neck up looks actually really good on Frost. She's got some good hair shit. She's got the robo hair is whatever. She's got some really good masks. Really good masks. And her gameplay looks really good. That's important. It's a big fucking deal. Her gameplay does look really good. Her gameplay looks interesting, and I'll probably check her out. I'll probably touch her at some point. Man, she had a sick fatality too. We saw that shit. Man, she's so hard to judge overall. So hard. I'm so fucking torn on this character. Like, do I give her a 5? Like, it's like right down the middle. I don't know. This is hard. Listen, I'm gonna give her a. I have to give her a 5. I'm gonna give her a 5. Nope, I'm gonna give her a 5.5.
Okay.
5.5.
Down 4.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like it was initially I was pretty disappointed because it seemed like she wasn't really like anything how she used to be before, but yesterday it kind of turned around once I saw more of her gameplay and like how she uses her cybernetic stuff. Like you were showing me all her like throws and fucking she twists her body and shit, and that's really cool. And she just seems like a sassy bitch still, which is cool. And in her design, like too, I'm glad she has the hair. If she was bald, I'd feel a lot different about her. But the fact that she has the hair still and she looks good to me, honestly. I do like her design. I think it's gotten too much hate so far. People are shitting on it, I think, too much. It's not like what she had before, but it's like updated and she still looks like a ninja to me, just with like cybernetic stuff. So I like that a lot. Yeah, I was never a huge Frost fan. Like honestly, like if I had to choose like one 3D era character to come back, it would have not been Frost. She would have probably been near the bottom of like the likely ones. Not like obviously I'd put her above like, fucking
She was the bottom of the good ones, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never been a huge Frost fan, but I'm glad she's back. I'm glad they didn't completely abandon like what she was about. She still has a lot of what she had. So but it is hard to judge because there are still disappointing things about her. And I haven't played her yet. I don't like the fact that she literally has cyber subs bombs with the head. I think that's lazy. And she does take a bit too much from cyber sub. But other than that, I do like what I'm seeing so far. So I'll give her like a 6.
Okay. My thoughts on Frost. So I've really turned around on what they did with her. I mean, as the days have gone by, I think I've really, really appreciated it even more. Yesterday, seeing a lot of her gameplay, and then now seeing, her face masks and stuff like that, and her skins. And we saw that fatality, her second fatality last night, and that was really badass. And it's just like, there's so many.
Sick fatality.
Yeah, it was.
So
it's
good.
easily one of my favorites, and they just done so many cool things with her that I can't not like this. Like to me, it's just I'm almost coming around to the point where I'm almost happy they went in this direction in a weird way. Like it's not what I wanted, and at first I started accepting it, and then I was like, okay, there's some silver lining here. I can still appreciate certain aspects about it, even if I don't like that they did this. And now I'm to the point, like, I've seen so much of what they've done with her, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe this was for the best. Maybe this was the best direction to take her in this more cyberpunk, kind of direction where she's not a full-on, like, cyber ninja, but she's kind of a nice halfway point between them, so it makes her unique in that regard. Whereas the other cyborgs, they're all or nothing. Like, they're either their human forms or they're full-on cybernetic where they're almost pretty much just robots. She doesn't strike me as just a straight robot. She still has that human-like qualities with her face and her hair being exposed. One of her options is no mask, so she has a very well constructed face. She looks beautiful, and Yeah, I love some of her outfits, her skins. She has some that are a little bit more cyborgy versus some that are look more like kind of minimalistic with more just like clothing and stuff. So it looks really, or I guess not really clothing, but cloth over some of the armor and stuff. So I think she looks really, really good. I love her design in this game. Her gameplay looks like a lot of fun. She's very rush down and mid range, which is exactly what I wanted. She has like very light zoning options, but ultimately she wants to get in and she's gonna mess you up. Some of her frame data, she looks like she's very safe, and she has some crazy things that probably will get nerfed eventually. But she looks like she's gonna be pretty good out of the gate, which I appreciate. And yeah, she's just doing a lot of her classic stuff, just with a new spin on it, which is exactly what you expect with a character being brought back. She's not like, I feel like they're doing like what the changes they made with her, I feel like are ultimately going to expand her fan base rather than subtract from it. I think at the end of the day, once people kind of the shock is settled with people that were fans before, and then all new audiences that are being exposed to this character for the very first time, at least in a playable fashion, I think she's really going to be quite popular coming out of this game. And I like that. I think they really delivered really well on her gameplay, on her appearance, and on her. I'm curious what her story is and how she comes into this and all of that. So that's really kind of what I'm waiting for still. But ultimately, I'm very, very happy with this character, and I am looking forward to playing her. She's the first character I can honestly say, which is funny because of where, the initial feelings I had on her was very frustration, pissed off, disappointment. Felt like it was sabotaged. And now I'm to the point where it's like, she's excited me more than any character in this entire roster, including Kitana, including Kollector. She's really just made me. She's that character finally where I'm like, I gotta get my hands on this character and I've gotta play this character. I gotta feel like I want to learn this character and I want to get good with this character. She's really captured that for me. So I've come full circle. I am here now, and I'm super excited. Her hair looks phenomenal. The masks look phenomenal. And yeah, some of her attires look really, really good. So I'm digging it. And I love some of her intros and outros. She has some of the, like, all of her outros I love. She has one where she does a backflip in the air and then does like a chest blast to create like this ice track. And then she lands on the ice track like Fred Flintstone style, going down the dinosaur tail. And she's like skating across the ice, going like half pipe, like mini half pipes or quarter pipes or whatever, going left and right. And that's such a fun personality thing. It's like, this is the total bitch that's always just, power hungry. You never get to see her just have fun and be kind of that younger version of her that, you never get to see her just let loose. And it's like, that to me, I appreciate that. It's just this badass, she's skating on ice or snowboarding on ice, whatever you want to call it. Looks phenomenal, and the presentation's great. And then she has one where she does like a backflip and then throws ice kunai down, which is fucking cool. She has one that's just the hyper beam of coming out of her chest of ice, which just looks great. Yeah, like I said, both of her fatalities, her first fatality's good, her second fatality's amazing. So both of them I consider a win. And yeah, and her gameplay's got a lot of cool shit too. One of her moves that I think is the coolest shit is like Baraka's blade spin. But I noticed when she does like the amplified version, or either version really, but her torso's spinning, but her legs and her head are staying forward. It's so fucking creepy but cool, because you can't do that with any other character. Her torso and her arms are just going around like a blender, but her legs are still walking towards you. Like they're staying straight and walking towards you, and
It's
her
fucking
head
creepy.
and her
That
head's
sounds
just
terrifying.
and her head's just staring
is.
you down while this happens. That's cool. And then she has a throw where she picks you up with her drills and then drills you, but then she like turns you around.
She like
with,
punches you a shit ton though first.
yeah, and she turns around with
tight.
just her torso, and her legs are still facing the other way, and then her legs do a spin on their own. Like, it's some contortionist shit that I think is just so fucking cool. That and her intro where the head and spine are lowered down into her body, and then her eyes light up when it's plugged in, basically. That's some sci-fi shit, and I just love that about it, because that's what the cyborgs always brought to this game, was sci-fi elements that you didn't get before. And it's like, she's doing that now, and she has sci-fi stuff that none of them even have. She has her own kind of niche in the sci-fi realm. She's very cyberpunk, And I think that's what I love about her. She has an intro where she's grabs her arm, plugs it into her, or the rest of her arm, and she gives like this very attitudinal look. She has one where it's like a very close up on her eye, and all the cybernetics in her eye, you can see like the inner workings and shit going on, which is once again a very sci-fi shit that you don't get with the other cyborgs. So I think she is the best of both worlds. She is still a female ninja, and she's now a female cyborg ninja. So you've got really the best of both worlds. It's a great combination. It's peanut butter and chocolate. I feel like it really. This could have been a disaster, and I was really, really scared when I started hearing some of the things. And yeah, she still has some silly shit. Like she has an anti-air that's like her head goes up into the air like at a diagonal, like an anti-air, and that looks really goofy. I don't know if that's base or anything like that, so I don't know if I even have to use that, but she's got some of that. She's got the head bombs and stuff, but the head bombs aren't base. I don't ever have to touch those. And most of the rest of the stuff looks cool. Like when she takes her head off and is bashing the opponent, it actually looks good. Like I don't think the animation looks bad at all.
It doesn't. I thought it would look dumb, but she like throws her spine at you too.
Yeah, she's doing all crazy shit. So yeah, I think they knocked this out of the park. I think they took a huge risk with this character, but I think it's going to end up paying off in the end. I really do. I don't know about her story. I'm still concerned about that, but I think just from what I've seen, design and gameplay takes priority for me. And even story, my own headcanon of why she would do this, just makes a lot of sense for the character. So I love her. I'm going to give her a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
All right, last but certainly not least, we have Shao Kahn. And I will start with this one. Let's see. Okay, so Shao Kahn, yeah, he looks phenomenal. His gameplay's badass. He does that cool roll, and like that's just something you wouldn't think Shao Kahn's doing. So he like catches you with his javelin, and then does a roll to take it out of your body, and then start beating you some more. His hammer feels like weighty. It feels like it's got some impact to it, so that's phenomenal. He's doing all of his classic shit. It seems like he's got his taunts. So yeah, I think there's everything, and his gear, like a lot of his helmets look really badass to me. You've got his classic, you've got like some even more samurai looking ones, which I love all that shit. So yeah, there's plenty of love with this character. His skins, you got the blue, you got the red, and I'm sure he's gonna have every other color under the sun. So yeah, I think there's a lot to love. His voice sounds decent enough. It doesn't sound as good as the classic ones, but I mean it's hard to top that guy or even match him, but I think this guy is close enough to me where I don't think it's bad. I don't hate it or anything, so I think it sounds good enough. And
you ruined that "You Suck" for me though. I cannot listen to that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have.
I didn't even notice it, and then like I rewatched. I'm like,
yeah, he just says
so
it
bad.
weird. I don't know, like the inflection.
You suck.
Yeah, it's like it should just be "You suck." Like it should be very commanding and guttural. And it's just "You suck." Like I don't know. It's just like,
I don't want to watch it. What the hell?
No, I'm sorry, dude. I probably ruined that for everybody, but it just
You're gonna ruin it for everyone.
It
man.
sounds
Let's
like
go.
a very, like, all right, you suck. You just hang
like a
10. He's just gonna surf on his hammer all of a sudden. I don't know. He's just kind of weird.
But
But the
like a
rest,
kid on a playground, like
yeah, his other dialogue sounded good though. He doesn't always sound that. It's only that particular thing.
He's a little broy.
Yeah,
That's what I thought when I heard it. But
his laugh is fucking funny though.
yeah. I thought
Like-
that's good.
Yeah, he sounds like such a dick.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. So yeah, no, I think he looks great. He's not really my style of gameplay, but if I was forced to play him, like in the dice roll thing, I would not have been disappointed. I would not be unhappy because he just looks fun. He looks like a beast.
He does.
So yeah, I think he looks tremendous. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Down 4.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think he's the character I'm gonna go in planning on playing first. I'm very excited to try him. He lived up to the hype, I think. Not seeing him for like 4 months since release, since the reveal, and then finally seeing him, like it was worth it. He looks so fucking good. Goro was cool next. Fucking Darkseid was. He had cool shit in Injustice 2, but he was a major disappointment as well. But I think Shao Kahn is gonna work for me. I think he's gonna be fun to play. He looks so fun. He looks better than he's ever looked. not design wise. Design wise, MK2 I still think is better than this, but in game, this design works so much better than just in the renders. That's a lot of characters I've noticed. I've noticed like in the renders, the designs don't look as good, but in game, it shines, and he looks tall, and he looks so fucking good. Like his stance and everything, like the way he holds his hammer, the way he uses the hammer, it's just brutal. The sound effects are amazing on his hammer. Like when he smashes the face, like when he does that grab on Raiden and then the crushing blow, it's just like ridiculously like you can feel it. Like it, and I love the javelin shit. I think that was a really interesting thing to go with for him. I didn't expect them to, but the way he uses it is awesome. Like he just stabs the fuck out of you. He like chucks it across the screen and all that. And him actually using it in different ways than just throwing it is awesome to me. Um, totally agreed on the voice. He's no Steve Ritchie. Steve Ritchie's he'll always be the real Shao Kahn, but this guy, he's not as bad as Nine. He's okay. Uh, still no Steve Ritchie, but he's doable. Like I'm sure it'll grow on us the more we hear intro dialogues and stuff. Um, but other than that, the gear, he has the MK2 helmet. Something I really wanted the MK2 outfit as well. It doesn't seem like that's in the game. Maybe it'll get added in later. But right now, I'm not as disappointed knowing his primary looks pretty good in game. I was upset about it before I saw him in game. It was only because I didn't like the design at first, but once I saw it in game, I realized it wasn't as bad. And I do like the blue alt color. I think that looks really good. So yeah, I'm very excited for Shao Kahn. He looks amazing. I can't wait to play him. He's gonna be sick as fuck. I'm giving him, I think I'll give him like a 9. I think that's fair.
Okay.
I would agree.
Django-san?
Um, I agree with all the things that D4 said, and I now agree with all the things that Cyborg said because I just listened, and he did say he was weird.
Number one.
Ideally, like there's probably more than one take, and they'll randomize it. That's what usually happens.
Let's hope.
But hopefully they're not all like that. You suck.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know it until like just today that's Atrocitus' voice actor.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So and once I heard that, I listened. It was like, okay, yeah, there
That
he
makes
is.
sense.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
There he is.
Raiden.
But man, he fucking looks great. From like the second I saw his like his Dynasty Warrior shit, as everyone calls it, it does look like that, but like it fits. It's really weird. I didn't expect it to fit because it's so pretty. It's gold and shiny.
Yeah, it is gold. Yeah.
And all this like regal shit. It's got a lot of red on it too. Like he looks really fucking like, this looks nice. He doesn't look like just a warlord. Like he looks fucking, he looks nice. But
thank God they used the red
works.
instead of. They've been using brown for like how many games now? And then they went back to vibrant red.
They definitely made the right choice there. They made the right choice with fucking. I like the dragon shit. Whatever he did, like it's still like to me. My headcanon, he's wearing Onaga like gear, and that's fine. That seems very Shao Kahn to me, so I'm okay with it. It's cool that you can unlock him as an announcer too, even though his Atrocitus. I'm really looking forward to hearing what that sounds like. That's gonna be cool, and I really hope that each announcer like has something unique to them.
Are you hoping like he shouts out like outstanding and all that?
Yeah, each. Yeah, exactly. You suck. I think they did a great job with Shao Kahn. Man, his hammer shit looks good. I love me some hammer. I was whining about it with Sub-Zero earlier, and now this guy's got a hammer, and I'm like, hey, buddy, what's up? I might gotta touch this guy. I pre-ordered, just because of Shao Kahn. I wanna play with him. I didn't get any of the other pre-order shit. I'll buy the DLC characters, whatever the fuck they are, if they're good. But Shao Kahn, just like right initially, I want to play this dude. He looks great. And I really like his animations. I could talk for a long time about his animations. They just look great. as do a lot of animations in this game in general. They really stepped up overall. Um, Man, he sells it though, like knocking you around with the hammer and all his shit. They did really great with Shao Kahn. I'm gonna give him. Okay, I don't like his fatalities. That's
Did we
like the
see
only
the
thing.
second?
I saw it today.
I didn't
Oh,
see
I
it.
didn't see it.
You don't like it either?
Can we watch it?
Yeah. Do you have a
Do we
link?
have it on hand?
I don't have it on me.
Shit.
Like I don't remember where I saw it. It was on the internet somewhere. You probably ask Poot. I'm sure Poodle has it.
Okay, we can watch that after.
But like, yeah, the butthead fatality is, it's not that funny to me.
No.
It's whatever.
It's
also
okay.
just weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing Shao Kahn do like a croquet swing. Like,
Yeah, I think he did
It's
that before, didn't he? I think in one of his, it was like
Did
MK
he?
Deception. I'm pretty sure he golf swings your head off or something.
well, I
Maybe.
mean,
I think he
I
does.
wouldn't be surprised.
I
But
can't
like,
remember the Deception Fatals.
it is just funny, like seeing Shao Kahn, Happy Gilmore, somebody. It's
He should like read the
it's
green
fine.
first. It's just like,
Had he have actually said some shit for like whatever, that could have been funny.
You
Uh,
suck.
That's all he says is "you suck," and he says it before everything. There goes your head at your ass, man. Well, now I'm just gonna be thinking about "you suck" every time I see the fatality. It's gonna make it better. Listen, Shao Kahn's sick in this game. I'm gonna give him a 9.5.
all right. And then we will pause it here, actually, because I'm going to finish averaging out all these scores, and then we are going to see how, between the three of us, it ranks the entire roster. So,
Do the math.
All right, and the results are in. So, in number 16, we have Kano with 3.5 average. So, what I did with each score is added up all three of our scores and then divided by 3. So, yep. So, Kano's got a 3.6. Geras
He's
is.
the bottom, you said?
Yep, he's the bottom, so 16.
Ooh.
Number 15 is Geras with 4.1 average. And
Checks
then
out.
tied for 14th, because we got a few ties here. Tied for 14th is Kung Lao and Jacqui, both with 4.5. And then number 13 is Jade with a 5.3. Number 12, Kabal and Sonya, both with a 6. Number 11, Cetrion
Man,
with 6.3
Cetrion is higher than Kabal. Man, okay.
by 0.3, yep.
0.3.
Number 10, Sub-Zero, got 6.6. Number 9, tied, Cassie and Frost with 6.8. Number 8, Devora with a 7.
Man, mine didn't tank that too bad.
No, Django's gave a 9.5. I gave a 8.5. So counterbalance your tanking of
I
it.
fluffed her.
Yeah, we built her up. Number 7, three-way tie between Skarlet, Noob, and Kitana, 7.6.
All right.
Number 6, the Kollector with 8.
Wow.
Number 5, Kotal Kahn, Baraka, and Scorpion, 8.3. Number 4, Erron and Jax, 8.5. So just 0.2 above. Number 3, Raiden and Johnny, both with 8.6. Number 2, Shao Kahn with 8.8. And number 1, Liu Kang with 9.3.
Damn.
So there you go. And yeah, Liu Kang we gave, I gave a 9, Down 4 gave a 9, Django gave a 10, and then Shao Kahn, I gave an 8, Down 4 gave a 9, Django gave a 9.5, so not too far off. But yeah, so there's your ranking of how we are averaged out our ranking of the roster. Now we're going to repeat this once, we've had some time with the game, and then kind of just go through the rankings again and see if anything changes. Sometimes it can fluctuate. Maybe something happens in story mode that we really, really like or don't like, or we play a character and we realize there's more flaws there than we anticipated, or maybe they were more fun than we thought they'd be, or we see some gear that's added in eventually. I don't know when we're going to circle back to it, but we'll do that, and then we'll also, throw in some DLC characters if by that time they're out. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and enjoy the game. We're almost there. So
Yeah, really.
stick in there,
really.
and hopefully you guys enjoyed
There's some
this.
good shit in this game. There's some shit to
Absolutely,
enjoy.
this game is phenomenal. I would say, like, I don't. We all rated Kano pretty low and Geras pretty low, and then you have Kung Lao and Jacqui. But it's like even towards the bottom of the list, I still feel like there's a lot of good things I could still say about those characters for the most part.
Even
So
Geras, I kind of want to play.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like Kano's probably the only one I have like absolutely no interest in. Geras, Jacqui, Kung Lao. There's still a lot of redeeming qualities that I really enjoy about those characters. So
Fuck Jackie.
yeah, I think so. I think overall it's very solid. I think this roster stacked up to Mortal Kombat X is way better so
I
far.
think it did better. Yeah, this is way better.
But yes,
It's
so
okay.
Yep.
on that note, thanks everybody once again. Enjoy the game, and we will see you very soon with even more content. We're just keep pumping this out, and you'll have story reactions from all of us. I believe Shad and Razor are going to do their reactions to their story playthrough. We're going to, a few of us are going to do our reactions to the story playthrough, and yeah, so you should have something from everybody, and it's going to get nuts. And we're going to have plenty of content following up, some streams, and good stuff
It's gonna
like
be
that.
good.
Tournaments, everything. So come check out the Discord, and it's linked in the description. Take care, everybody. See you later.
Peace.
Peace.